obtain your cat. She said, okay, I'm on my way up. And from my husband, she's on her way up. But our complex...
So you came outside after you spoke to her?
Correct.
And you went over to your husband. Your husband was still holding the cat?
Yes, he was.
And you said she's on her way?
I informed him he's on her way, and I was walking down the hill to escort her up.
When you called and said, we have your cat, did she say anything else to you?
Not much of anything, like, okay, where are you and where's my cat?
Okay. And now when you went down, you found her and you brought her back up?
Correct.
What happened when you brought her back up?
We approached my husband, who now at this point had the cat on the ground. He showed to her what the cat had did as far as scratches goes and a bite on his finger and thumb. She informed us, oh my God, I cannot believe my cat did this. You know, my cat normally does not do stuff like this. So we explained to her, well, we'll clean it up. We wrapped the cat up in a towel and went to the car and drove her cat back down to her apartment.
So far, is that what happened?
Mm-hmm, exactly.
So there's no question that her cat bit and scratched you?
Correct.
Correct?
Mm-hmm.
After the bite occurred, I immediately poured out iodine, peroxide, alcohol, and all types of salves and wrapped up the wound. I kept monitoring it for the next 2 weeks, and it appeared to be healing on the outside. About 2 weeks later, my hand started getting swollen, and at that moment in time, I totally forgot about the cat bite. I was just trying to figure, okay, what's going on with my hand? And it got really, really sore. And the wife, pretty much ordered me to go to the emergency room, and which I did. And at that moment in time, they thought it was torn ligaments. They sent me over to a hand specialist. He saw signs of something else. He started poking around, and there was no pain in certain areas. And he started jogging my memory and saying what happened. And it just stumbled me again, the cat bite. As soon as I said a cat bite happened, immediately he ordered me for an emergency MRI. He came in and saw the results and said, you're not going home. You're going to the emergency room now. And I go, what do you mean? And he explained to me that the infection went from the thumb, came down the palm, wrapped around my wrist, and was shooting up my arm. He said if I did not get immediate medical attention, I would have been dead in less than 2 weeks. So, of course, I contacted my wife, who escorted me to the hospital, and I was admitted for my first of 4 surgeries.
First of 4 surgeries?
First of 4, yes. And I have pictures of the actual stitches. They are double-sided.
Everything okay now?
I am going through physical therapy, yes, right now, and the progress is improving slowly, but it is getting better, yes.
Now, Mr. Ehrman, did you contact an attorney at any time?
Yes, I did, ma'am, and unfortunately, all the attorneys I contacted, when I stated that I lived in an apartment residence as well with Ms. Riley, they felt that unfortunately there was no assets to go after so that I can receive full compensation for what is due to me.
What do you do for a living, Ms. Riley?
I'm a programs coordinator for a non-profit organization.
You have homeowners insurance?
No, I live in an apartment.
And Your Honor, when we move into the apartment community, they give us this big, thick packet. And one of the papers in here is regarding pets.
I see.
And on this, I highlighted it for you.
You live in the same community?
Mm-hmm. We live in
And on it, it does state that the residents agree to be responsible for any and all damages caused by that pet while on that property.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
What is the purpose of an identification tag, Miss Riley?
To call me and have me come pick the cat up.
If what?
If the cat gets out.
Well, that's what he did.
And later today,
You evidently told the state that Miss Eccles was your child care provider. Now, if you think that the state is going to make you a gift, you are absolutely mistaken.
Well, how come they...
We are not going to make you a gift for committing fraud.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. David Ehrman says neighbor Erin Riley owes for medical bills due to a cat bite. Erin says David should have never picked up her cat.
Miss Riley, I've read your answer.
Mm-hmm.
I would like you to explain to me why you believe that you are in no way responsible for Mr. Ehrman's injury.
I don't think that he should have picked up the cat in the first place. I realize that my cat does look a lot like his cat, but my cat was hissing and very upset. I feel like he should have put it down. I feel like it wasn't his responsibility to save it from coyotes.
Okay. Does your cat have claws?
Yes.
So is your cat an indoor cat or an outdoor cat?
Indoor cat.
What was your cat doing out on the 9th of April?
It escaped at around 9:30. I actually went to go look for it for about an hour.
Escaped how?
It got out my patio door when I was cleaning.
Has that ever happened to you before?
No.
You mean your cat has never gotten out before?
No.
Is that what you're telling me?
No.
Is your cat registered with the county
No.
where you live?
No. It has its shots, and I have a shot record.
But the tag that the cat wears is not a registration tag, is that correct?
No, it's an identification.
What is the purpose of an identification tag, Miss Riley?
To call me and have me come pick the cat up
If what?
if the cat gets out.
Right. You put the tag on the cat to encourage people, if they find your animal, to pick up the phone and call you in order to return your cat, correct?
Correct.
Well, that's what he did. He did no more than accept your invitation. If he picked up the cat and saw it wasn't his and just put it down, he wouldn't have gotten hurt. Isn't that right?
That's correct.
He was holding your cat, doing exactly what you wanted him to do, which was to call him. It was your invitation. Didn't you
No.
ever think of that?
I wasn't expecting my cat to get out.
Well, if you weren't expecting your cat to get out, then why did you put the collar on your cat with the tag and your telephone number on it?
Because my daughter put that tag on my cat. I don't know. I mean, in the case that it did
how old
get
is your
out-
daughter?
She's 9.
Madam, your daughter did not put the tag on the cat. Whose name is on the tag? Yours or your daughter's?
It's the cat's name.
What's the cat's name?
Cherry.
Does it have a last name?
No.
What name was on the tag?
Erin. I said Erin Riley and her phone number.
Oh, well, we replaced the tag. I'm sorry, I forgot. This was a while ago.
Whose name is Erin Riley?
My name.
So your daughter did not put your name and telephone number on. You put your name and telephone number on the tag and attached it to the cat. Right?
Yes.
Your Honor, can I make
What?
a statement? As far as her statement that she made earlier saying that the cat only got out once, unfortunately that is false. I
Of course it's
brought
false.
witnesses with me as well that have seen the cat on the premises multiple times, especially near my apartment as well.
Is that you?
Both of them.
Tell me your name.
Shannon Erman. And yes, on multiple occasions I have seen the cat right directly in front of our complex.
How do you know it was her cat and not his?
Because I seen the cat the
She
night
lives with
that it
us.
happened, prior to the incident that happened with him, that I saw the cat.
How many times prior to the evening of April 9th had you seen that cat?
Never.
So you never saw it before?
Never before.
After that night?
At least 2 more times after that.
After he was injured?
Correct.
Miss Riley, I want you to take a look at these and tell me if this is the agreement that you signed ultimately when you
Yeah.
moved into your apartment.
Of course. Yes.
Well, then you agreed to be responsible, right? You saw his injuries, I assume.
No, I haven't.
Well, just show her the scars as a result of the injury. These are the photographs that were taken while they were stitched. You still have the cat, Miss Riley?
Yes, I do.
Miss Riley, your cat is responsible for the injury that Mr. Ehrman suffered. There isn't a question in my mind about
Okay.
that. I don't think that there's a question in your mind about it either. I think that the only issue is, do you bear responsibility? I think that by A, allowing your cat to escape, and having signed the agreement with your landlord that you would be responsible for any and all damage, you are in fact responsible. But more so, you encouraged people like Mr. Ehrman to act when you placed a tag on your cat that gave your name and your telephone number and said, please help me. If you find my cat that's gotten out, he did exactly what you told him to do. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $5,000. That's all.
Thank you.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I felt that I was getting nowhere and I had to pursue legal action for what little I could get to pay the enormous amount of medical bills.
I'm responsible, but once the cat scratched him, he should have dropped it. That's what I think.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Echols versus Fowler. Step forward, please.
Student Colette Eccles is suing her cousin, 23-year-old student Christy Fowler, for unpaid babysitting fees. Christy says Colette did a poor job.
Miss Eccles, you provided daycare for Miss Fowler's children.
Yes,
How old were her children?
4 and 6.
And when did you provide daycare for her children?
December of 2001 to February 2002.
And it was your agreement with Miss Fowler that when she got a state check for child care, that she would pay you, correct?
Yes,
And she never did.
No.
Is that right?
correct.
Now, Miss Fowler tells me the following story in her answer. Bert, are we paying careful attention here? I want you to listen to this story.
I am with you.
Miss Fowler says that you did not do a good job when you took care of her children. But despite that, when she got her state check, it was just before she was ready to go to jail. So she cashed the check and she gave the money to a friend to give to you. I read that right, didn't I?
No, ma'am.
I didn't read that right? Let's see what you say here. You said...
He was my cousin, Your Honor.
Oh, you mean it wasn't a friend, it was cousin?
Yeah, exactly.
But other than that, I was right.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Colette Eccles says her cousin, Christy Fowler, owes for unpaid babysitting fees. Christy says Colette is scamming the state.
How much did you give your cousin to give to her?
Like $2,000.
And does your cousin have a name?
Fabian.
And what does Mr. do for a living?
He works somewhere now, but then he didn't have no job then.
So at the time that you gave him this $2,000 in cash, he was unemployed.
That's correct.
Now, what prompted you to give the money to Fabian?
Okay, Your Honor, I had just got the check like a day before I was sentenced.
For what?
For why? For possession of a controlled substance and assault, okay, Your Honor. And he lived with me at this time, and they sent me the check with a letter of verification that said I'm supposed to pay her how much I feel that I should pay her.
And the rest was a gift to you?
Excuse me? There was no gift.
Well, if you say that they sent you a check and that the letter said you should pay Miss Eccles what you thought she deserved,
that's right,
then the rest the state was sending you as a gift. How much was the whole check for?
For $2,208.
Okay. So you thought that she deserved $2,000, leaving you $208.
That's all I spent.
Just a second. Let's say you thought she deserved $1,000. So you would have given her $1,000, and the other $1,208 would have been a gift to you from the state for being a good mother.
Yes, Your Honor. If that's
yes,
how you
okay.
want to
I
put
just
it.
wanted to make sure where we were going. So the $208 was a gift to you from Officer Byrd, because he's a citizen who pays taxes. Miss Fowler, I don't believe you.
Okay.
Let us start with, I don't believe you. I don't believe that the day before you went to jail, you said to Fabian, an unemployed cousin who lived with you in a house where there were drugs going on and everything else, you gave him $2,000 and said to him, I want you to go find Miss Eccles and give her the money that I owe her for not taking good care of my children. I don't believe you.
But she know it's true. Just ask her. She know I gave him the money.
Ask her
she
right
know
now.
It's true.
Did Fabian give you $2,000?
No, he did not.
He gave her $800.
No, he did not.
Just a minute. If he gave her $800, what happened to the other $1,200?
I don't know what he did with it. I was gone. I was already incarcerated, Your Honor.
Just a minute. You were already gone. So what makes you think he gave her $800?
Because everybody told me. Everybody say so. The whole family. She been knowing my whole family for 17 years. I got my stuff right here. I got a statement right here from another man, my stepdad that was living with me. He took her to my house and gave her the $800. She went and searched my house and found $800. And that was the money. Half of the money.
Miss Fowler, why did you just tell me before and swear in your answer that you gave her $2,000 when you didn't give her $2,000? You only gave her, according to you, she only took $800.
Listen, I gave Fabian $2,000.
What does that have to do with her?
He knew what he was supposed to do with the money. I left my business, I left my house, I left him my car, I left him my children, I left him everything to handle my business while I go and do my time, Your Honor. If he didn't give it to her, what am I supposed to do? I can't do nothing from jail. But I guess he spent half the money.
You know that actually sounds logical to her? Miss Fowler, let us say you bought a television set for $2,000 at Sears Roebuck. And before you went to jail, you say to Fabian, here is the $2,000 that I owe to Sears Roebuck. And Fabian doesn't pay Sears. And Sears comes when you get out of jail and you say, well, what are you doing here? And they say, well, I'm coming to get my TV because you didn't pay for it. And you say, well, you can't do that. Fabian had the money. I gave the money to Fabian. You see how stupid that sounds?
Okay,
how far do you think you would get with them?
No, that's a legitimate business.
Just a second.
This is not a legitimate business.
Yes.
She asked me.
No. Miss Eccles, you evidently told the state in the form of a written voucher that Miss Eccles was your child care provider for your 2 children. Now, if you lied to the state when you told them that, but if you think that the state is going to make you a gift, you are absolutely mistaken.
Well, how come they...
We are not going to make you a gift for committing fraud. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $2,000. That's all. Step out.
Right. Hickman Williamson versus Jennings. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated.
Thanks, Bird.
Quite welcome, Judge.
You 2 folks are boyfriend and girlfriend, is that right?
Yes.
Yes.
And you had a fight. Police were called. Is that right?
Yes.
Yes.
When was that?
It was March the 3rd.
Is this the first time you were arrested for domestic violence?
No, Your Honor.
How many times had you been arrested for domestic violence?
3.
Same gal?
No.
3 different gals?
No, 2, Your Honor.
How many times with this young lady?
1.
He doesn't have a good track record. In any event, you were being held in jail, and you decided that you didn't want him in jail. Is that right?
That's right, Your Honor.
So you wanted to post bail. So you got some money together. How much was the bail?
$1,500 in cash.
But you didn't want to go down and post the bail yourself.
No, Your Honor, I was not able to since I was involved in the case.
So that you gave the $1,500 to the defendant to post the bail.
That's right.
Correct?
Correct.
And you went and posted the bail, and of course you understood that when and if the bail was returned, that it went back to the plaintiffs.
Correct.
The bail was ultimately returned, and it was returned to you by way of a check.
Right.
Sent to your home.
Yes, Your Honor.
And you want your money.
Yes.
So, Mr. Jennings, when did the check come to your house?
I never saw the check, Your Honor.
I have the check where it was mailed out.
Let me see.
Give him the one that I signed to.
Well, this is $1,289.
Yes, that was after fines and court
Yes.
costs, Your Honor.
When did you call Mr. Jennings to ask him about the money?
I called him every day after the court hearing, every day, sometimes twice a day.
And what did he say the very next day?
He said he had not received the check yet.
Did you call him the next day?
Yes.
I asked him every day, too, Your Honor, because he was my friend, and I used to hang around him. So I asked him every day, and he denied receiving the check.
Did he ever say to you somebody had stolen his ID, which is
Yes.
his defense?
Yes.
When was your ID stolen, Mr. Jennings?
About the 15th or something like that.
All right. So let me ask you some specifics. So you got a call from the plaintiffs the very next day. So you were on alert that this check was going to be coming.
Right.
Do you work?
No, not right now.
Were you working then?
No.
So you were home.
Not always.
You were home enough to get your mail
Right.
every day.
Yes.
Who else lives with you?
A friend of mine.
Who?
This guy named Tommy.
Tommy what? Did you ask Mr. whether he had seen the check?
Yes.
And what did he say?
He said he hadn't seen it.
Now tell me where your mailbox is.
The mail comes into my door. It's a slot in the door. They slide the mail through.
And only the 2 of you were there.
There's people in and out my apartment all the time.
People invited by whom?
Me.
So you find out who stole the check. They're not going to be out the money. Sir, if what you're suggesting is that somebody came and stole that check, forged your name to the check, which they would have had to have done, is that right?
Right.
Take it to a bank where they had an account, or to this bank.
I have his signature, Your Honor.
Can
where
I
he
see it, please?
Cashed the check.
And
Can I see it?
And I
Statement from the BP.
also have a written statement from the manager at the BP gas station where he cashed the check. It was cashed at a gas station, not a bank.
I'm looking at your answer, Mr. Jennings, where you signed your name. I'm looking at this check, so whoever signed your name not only signed your name, but also was a pretty good forger. So it had to be somebody who knew your signature really well.
If someone stole my ID, enough practice, they can forge your name right.
Well, enough practice. Let's see when this was done.
I have a written statement from the manager at the BP that
Let me
said
see it, please.
that it was him.
Let me see. Well, the only problem with this letter, which indicates that John Jennings came into the store and, in fact, cashed this check, is that I don't know whether this man knows John Jennings.
I can tell you how he knows him, though. I mean, just in my words, that John Jennings used to work at a place called Kitchen, and the BP is right next to it, and he used to go there to get his checks from the kitchen cashed. And that's how the guy knew him. And he has no bank account, so therefore he couldn't go to a bank. He had to go to the BP to get the check cashed.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
I've been on the bench for a very, very long time and have had the ability to compare signatures with somebody who'd been signing the name for a very long time. How old are you?
22.
Like 22 years.
And later today,
We walked in the door, and I still can't talk about this. The cat was laying there half dead.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Angie Williamson says when boyfriend Drayton Hickman was arrested for domestic violence, she gave former friend John Jennings money for his bail. Angie and Drayton claim John stole the refund check.
Mr. Jennings, I'm not prepared at this moment in time to say that you are a thief. I may think it, but I'm not prepared to say it. Whether you are a thief or not, you have the ability to find out who actually, if it wasn't you, which I doubt, stole your ID, cashed this check, because you live with one other person and you know, according to you, who else comes in and out of your house.
Right.
So you go find them, sir.
Well,
yes.
Well, when she called me from the courthouse saying that the check had been cashed with my ID, had called to the courthouse and was trying to find this out. And I was on my way down there, and I seen a mutual friend, and this friend told me that they said that I robbed them, and I was doing them a favor by going to bail him out of jail, and for them to accuse me of robbing him, I don't think that I should have to figure out who done it.
You probably did rob them, sir.
Excuse me, John. I'm sorry.
You probably did, Mr. Jennings. I am not a handwriting expert. However, I've been on the bench for a very, very long time and have had the ability to compare signatures, to take expert testimony in the field of forensics, and I look at those signatures, and they're the same. You signed twice, once before the check was cashed, and then they said to you, no, we want to see you sign it again right here, so that you're not going to take a lot of time to sign your name. And the same signature, Mr. Jennings. And all this happened in a relatively short period of time, so that whoever signed that check didn't have a couple of months to sit around and try to figure out who signed, how to sign the name very, very quickly. It was somebody who'd been signing the name for a very long time. How old are you?
22.
Like 22 years. Anyway, judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,289.75. Thank you.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I totally trusted him, too, with my money, or I wouldn't have given it to him in the first place.
I was just thinking some BS.
I never thought he would do that to me because we've known each other for so long.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Kula versus Schumacher. Step forward, please.
Sales rep Jeannie Kula is suing her neighbor, graphic designer Richard Schumacher, for the cost of her cat's vet bills.
Miss Kula, you were going on vacation, and you have cats, and you enlisted the defendant's assistance in taking care of your cats while you were away. I don't quite understand the arrangement that you made with him, but you will explain it to me, I'm sure. Your complaint alleges that because of his either negligence or purposeful actions, he locked one of the cats in a closet. And as a result of that, the cat had to be treated by a veterinarian. Your bill was $1,400 change, and you want him to pay for that vet bill. How do you know the defendant?
The defendant was a friend of a friend, and he was introduced to me, and I was told that he needed a place to stay. He was between living arrangements, and we were planning our vacation. So normally we had someone come in twice a day to feed my two cats, but my one cat had a thyroid condition, and she was very thin and very frail, and we were just worried about her. We thought, wouldn't it be nice to have someone there and look after her a little bit? So Richard came over a couple times, and things seemed to go well.
You mean before you went on vacation?
Right, right.
And did you discuss with him staying at your house?
Yes, he was very excited about staying there because we have a very great beach apartment. But he assured me that he grew up with cats, and he liked cats, he would take care of cats, and he promised to look after my tabby, who was in tentative condition. And
okay, Now, other than the fact that he was to stay in your home, and that was clear, he was going to be sleeping there.
Right.
While you were away. And how long was this vacation?
6 nights.
Was there any financial arrangement? Was he going to be paid in addition to having the use of your apartment?
No, normally the going rate for cat sitting is under $30 a day, and a furnished beach apartment like ours goes for at least $130 or $150 a night.
But you didn't discuss that with him?
No.
You just said, you can come and stay and watch my cats.
Exactly. And he assured me everything was fine. I gave him my cell phone number, I gave him my neighbor's number, I gave him the vet's number, and everything seemed fine. I called him every day for the first few days while I was gone.
And he was there?
And he was there. He said everything was fine, no problems. I called the day before we came home, and I left a message on his voicemail. He didn't answer, and I said, would you please call me if there are any problems? He did not call me back. So we came home late the next day, and we walked in the door, and I still can't talk about this. The cat was lying there half dead. She was lying there. She was all wet, and she couldn't eat or drink anymore. She was just lying there, and she was covered with, she smelled like urine, and she smelled like feces, and she smelled like chemicals, and she was all wet with water. So immediately I called him, and I said, what happened to the cat? And he said, I don't know. I was just there just a few hours ago. I came in, and she was fine. Well, she didn't give herself a bath, so I know he's not telling me everything. So while I was on the phone with him, Tom opened this small utility closet that was in the bathroom, and there was this detergent bottle that had broken. Apparently she was struggling to get out, and we don't know how long she was there. There was a lot of urine, a lot of liquid feces, and it was spread all over the door and all over the wall because she was struggling to get out. He said he found her Monday morning when he was getting ready for work, so we know she'd been there for some time.
Who found her Monday morning?
Richard did.
Okay.
Your Honor,
wait a second. I'll get back to you.
Okay.
What day did you come back?
We came back Tuesday late.
Tuesday.
Right.
So he told you that he found the cat that way on Monday.
Right. We took her to the vet. She required 24-hour-a-day medical attention to save her life. She almost died. I had to transport her with her IV bag from 3 different facilities. I have
Can I
copies
see the report
of
from the
medical
vet?
records, and I have
Can I see, please?
Your Honor, may I say one more thing?
No, say nothing. I got it. You presented your evidence, right?
I just wanted to tell you what happened after that. It was another month. We had to put antibiotic lotion all over her paws, her legs, her chest, and we had to put salve on her, and then all of the skin and the fur from these parts of her body fell off.
I read it in the report.
And she had to wear a cone, and it was just...
Okay, now I'll hear from you, sir.
This is a very simple case, Your Honor. I was already living at the beach. I was not between residences. I lived actually in a nicer place than her condominium, which her balcony overlooks the chart house's roof and air conditioning system. So, I mean, it's not...
Get on with it, sir.
I did her a favor to feed her cats and take care of her
your
cats.
arrangement was to stay there.
Yes.
Your arrangement was to stay in her home.
Yes.
Okay, so this wasn't going in and feeding her cats. You were going to be living in her home.
So I was supposed to stay at her house, feed her cats in the morning and the evening, water her cats, make sure they didn't get outside.
But you were staying there, sir.
Yes.
That was the arrangement.
Yes.
Okay, so tell me what happened.
I stayed there. I fed the cats as I was instructed. It was a very complex feeding schedule, 3 different kinds of food, exact amounts of water, specific bowls, very kind of neurotic method of feeding cats. But I worked every day. I left approximately 7:30.
So tell me what happened on Monday.
The cats I fed in the morning. Both showed up. Monday evening when I showed up, they were both around. I put the bowls out. One cat, the healthy, older, darker cat, came and ate the food. The other cat, I called, it didn't show up. I looked around for the cat, couldn't find it. I figured if the cat gets hungry, he'll come and eat the food. So the next morning, after taking a shower, I heard a banging in the closet in the guest bathroom downstairs. I opened the door and the cat jumped out. I looked immediately at the white tile floor. There were no tracks. There was no bleeding. There was no, I checked the cat out. The cat walked 15, 20 feet into the living room, laid down underneath the dining room table in the sun, and went to sleep. As far as I could tell, I'm not a pet doctor, or I don't have cat ESP, but it looked fine to me. It was laying in the sun sleeping.
Mr. Schumacher, you indicated to me earlier in your testimony that you had your own apartment at the beach, and it was a nicer apartment than the apartment that Mrs. Kula had.
Yes.
Is that right? How far away from her apartment was the apartment that you were renting?
Half a mile.
Now, for the week that you were at Mrs. Kula's, did you go home and check your mail?
Yes.
Every day?
Yes.
Who do you live with? Who were you living with
At
then?
the time, I was staying with a friend of mine.
So this wasn't your apartment, this was a friend's apartment.
Right.
So you were staying with a friend.
Yes, while I was looking for an apartment.
Okay. And so either day or evening you would go back there after work to check your mail.
Yeah, I also
assume
work there. It's a home office, and we have a business out of there, and it's, you know.
Ms. Kula, when someone assumes the responsibility as business to take care of your pets, they are, of course, responsible. Responsible if anything happens to your pet other than, you know, a natural illness or force of nature. Mr. Schumacher was, in fact, almost in a barter relationship with you. He had the use of an apartment alone, without a friend, for a period of 6 days. And therefore, his level of responsibility, in my judgment, is the same as if he had a job. I don't believe him that he was there on Sunday night and Monday night and fed the cats on Monday night and checked them out on Tuesday morning.
I fed the cats every morning and night, Your Honor.
I do not believe, sir, that the picture described by Mrs. Kula and that the veterinary report as provided by her supports your story that the cat was left in that room for maybe an hour or two, and certainly there was no evidence when you looked inside the room that the cat had been in any distress. Mr. Schumacher, this is your responsibility. If you do not wish to take on the responsibility of taking care of living things, then don't do it. If you do, you have the responsibility to do it well.
I took very good care of
You
the cat.
did not. That cat required 4 weeks' worth of IV antibiotics, came in, had lost at least 1 pound of body weight, according to the vet who treats this cat regularly, and that didn't happen over a period of 2 hours.
No, it didn't. It happened over a period of the age of the cat. The cat was in dying shape when I accepted the position.
Then you shouldn't have accepted the position, Mr. Schumacher.
I guess not.
That's right. Judgment for the plaintiff for the amount of $1,400. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out. Alley versus Valley.
Thank you, Bert.
Quite welcome, Judge. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Ma'am, have a seat, please.
Having a senior moment there, darling?
Having a senior moment.
Get used to it. Mr. Valley, the defendant is your son.
Yes, ma'am.
And the co-defendant is your daughter-in-law.
Yes, Your Honor.
According to your complaint, sir, your son was arrested sometime this year. Last year.
Last year.
And you made an arrangement with your daughter-in-law for a loan for his bail.
Yes.
Well, your daughter-in-law says it has nothing to do with her. Your son says he never made an arrangement with you to pay you back. As far as he was concerned, this was a gift because you're his father. Is that right, sir?
Yes. How can you sue your own sperm?
I didn't ask you for any other information other than either a yes or a no. Do you understand?
Yes.
Good. Don't play cute with me. Mr. Valley, how many times has your son been arrested? Only once, is that right?
Once or twice.
Once or twice. Who called you or contacted you to post his bail?
My wife and Cindy came over, told me.
Is this your wife?
Yes, ma'am.
Step up, please.
Then my son tried to hang himself.
Just a minute. Your wife and Cindy, that's
Yes,
your
Your
daughter-in-law,
Honor.
came to your house?
Yes.
Do you live with your wife?
No, ma'am.
Did you come to Mr. Valley's home and have a discussion with him about his son being in jail?
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
When was that?
August.
8/16.
And did you come with your daughter-in-law?
Well, she wasn't my daughter-in-law then, but we did go together because we didn't have enough money on our own.
How did it come to pass that you came to your husband's house and asked him for money?
Well, me and my husband have always had an arrangement. If anything was to happen to the kids, we'd always get in touch with one another. Now, this was a real bad predicament of where my son was in jail, and I went to my husband, 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
With Cynthia?
Yes. And I spoke with my husband, and I says to him, you know, come on, we got to help him. We always helped every one of our kids, all the time. And he gave us $1,000.
Just a minute. Were you present when Cindy had a discussion with him about paying back this money?
Yes.
Tell me about the discussion.
She said that after the trial was over or whatever, that she would pay him back whatever she could. And, you know, we were expecting the money back.
She told him that?
Yes.
Now, at that time, your husband gave you, you said $1,000.
Right.
How much was the bail?
$4,600. I provided $1,500, and then my husband called me, I'd say about 6 o'clock, and he left a message on my voicemail, and he said that he had $500 more to give us. So he said, come down and get it. I went and got it, and then we put all the money together. Nobody else put up any money except me, my husband, and Cindy.
Cindy put up some money, too?
Yes, she did.
And you put up $1,500?
I put up 15 of my own, yes.
Did you ever get that back?
No.
How come?
Well, for the first thing, my son was living in my home for a whole year. Never had him pay rent, never had him buy food until the last 2 months. Last 2 months, I became unemployed. I had thyroid surgery, so they would pay me $25 a week, and my son was merrily taking it off the bill. I says, why is he doing that? This is something that I needed for my home, you know, for my own salvation.
This was before he got arrested?
No, this is after he
got arrested.
Yeah.
Okay, I got it now. So he was paying you off in his mind for the bail by deducting some money.
Right, but he never gave anything to my husband.
Okay. Now, when did you get married?
February 22nd.
Well, Mr. Valley, you don't owe your father anything.
Thank you.
She does! Because in order to create a loan, you have to have an agreement with the person, Mr. Valley.
Yes, ma'am.
So if you called your son and said, do you want me to loan you this money? And he said yes, then you do it. But she said, I'll pay you back, right?
No.
Yes, you did. I was watching your face as they were speaking. Yes, you did. You said, I'll pay you back what I can.
No. I never even spoke to him. He gave the money to Paula Valley, and from Paula Valley went to the bail bond lady.
You were present with her in the house?
No, it wasn't at the house. She met him in the corner store, and I stood in the car.
And you were never there?
I was in the car.
You never spoke to him?
Never. That was the first time I ever seen him.
No, you did speak with him, Cindy. You even said to him. You even said to him, thank you.
I never spoke to him.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
Cindy, please.
Miss Valley, don't speak. There's no question in my mind that she said, I'll pay you back. Look at her face. I'm looking at her face. There's no question in mind. She may not have meant it. She may have meant he'll pay you back.
Well, that's what she said to him later, all right? In the end of March, he come over the house. And
Who did?
My husband. And he went face to face with her. Now, my son was in the back washing his car, and Cindy was in the front, and she was coming down the stairs. I said nothing. My husband said to her, he said, hey, when are you going to pay me back? I have to go see my sister. And she says, well, you'll have to take that up with my husband. Hello? They just got married, you know? I mean, give me a break.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And later today,
This young lady was babysitting for you? You like her?
Not anymore. I know she stole the money.
If I can't trust her with cash in my house, how can I trust her with my kids?
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Raphael Valley says his son and his daughter-in-law, Jose and Cynthia Valley, owe for a loan to bail Jose out of jail.
There isn't a question in my mind that Mrs. Valley, the junior Mrs. Valley, made an agreement with your husband to pay you back the bail, sir. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
That has nothing to do with your son. Of course, it's his moral responsibility, but he could not create a contract with you because he didn't speak to you. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Perfect. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,500 against the co-defendant. Thank you. That's all.
You're excused. You may step out.
Just get my money back. It was still my son.
Never take money from family.
You needed somebody money. Write it down first.
It's all about greed.
It's been hard.
And I hope he's happy now.
He didn't like it, but it had to be done.
I just don't understand how you could sue your own son. I mean, something that you made.
I hate to tell my son, but he's going to be sued again, this time by his mother for a little bit more.
They're crazy and they need mental help.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Alejo versus Just. Step forward, please.
Grocery store owner Kimberly Alejo is suing her former friend, housekeeper Katie Just, for stealing $300 from her home. Katie denies the charge.
Miss Alejo, the defendant was a babysitter of yours.
Yes.
And it is your claim that she took $300 in cash from your home.
Correct.
When was this?
February 28th.
Tell me about the cash. Where was it?
My husband put it under the VCR before he left, and he told me that it was
What
there.
time?
About 9 p.m.
And when did the defendant arrive?
She got there at about 7 o'clock that night.
She arrived at your house at 7 o'clock?
She was there before my husband left.
When did you notice that the money was missing?
About 10:30.
And you were home with her?
Mm-hmm.
Who else was in the house?
My children.
Did you ask her about the money?
No, I didn't, because she told me that she had put it up in the closet, and I thought that maybe it had fallen.
How did the issue of money come up at all?
I had just been operated on about 2 weeks ago, and they had to reopen my incision. And so I was on a lot of pain medicine, and that was the whole reason for her being there, was to help me with the kids, because I didn't think I could. And I thought that at about 10:30, I thought, I got to get up and put that money away. You know, put it in my billfold so I remember to take it with me in the morning. And when I got up, it wasn't there.
So at that point, you asked her about it.
Mm-hmm.
What did you say? What did you say to her? What did she say to you?
I asked her if she'd seen the money, and she told me that she put it up under the towels in the closet. And then I proceeded to take everything down off the shelf where the towels and stuff were, and there wasn't anything there.
When you looked for it in the closet, was the defendant present?
Yes.
Did she say anything at that point?
She told me that maybe the kids must have got a hold of it. Again, my kids couldn't have reached the shelf in that closet.
What time did she leave?
About 3 o'clock in the morning.
Was that when she was supposed to leave?
No, she was supposed to stay the night.
Why did she leave at 3 o'clock in the morning?
She told me that she didn't feel comfortable spending the night at people's houses.
Was there any further discussion of the money?
She then called me the Saturday following, March 2nd, and told me that she would pay me the money back when she got her income taxes back.
Well, tell me about that conversation.
She just called me and told me that...
She called you and said what? Hello? What's your first name?
Katie.
Hello, this is Katie.
Uh-huh. And told me that the officer that had went down to question her about it after I reported it had made her feel really bad and uncomfortable, and she was just about ready to have a nervous breakdown about it, and that she would just pay me the money.
Did you have that conversation with her?
Yes, I did. It went somewhat like it.
Well, tell me about it.
I called her and I told her I would pay her when I did get my income tax money because I didn't want to get harassed by the police officers or anything anymore. And after a couple days I thought about it, it's like I'm more or less telling her I did supposedly take this money.
That's what it was saying. I'll pay you the money when I get my income tax money back.
And I thought about it after I had the phone call with her, and I said I'm not going to pay her back because that's making me look like I did take the money.
Well, tell me about what you saw when you saw this money. You did see the money.
Yeah, I didn't know how much there was there.
Where did you see it?
It was on the floor.
So you saw a bunch of money?
Yeah, I just wrapped it up and put it up on the shelf.
Wrapped it up in what?
Nothing, I just wrapped the bills up.
Wrapped them in what?
In each other. I didn't wrap them up into nothing. Like, you know how you fold money and put it like in your...
Well, fold it, yes, but that's not wrapping it up. You folded it, yes, and what did you do with it?
And I put it on the shelf.
In the bathroom?
In her bedroom.
And how high up is this shelf?
High enough where the two girls shouldn't have gotten it, but there was a chair in there too.
Mm-hmm. Now, at some point you left early that evening, or in the wee hours of the morning. Why did you leave at 3 o'clock in the morning?
Because I tried to sleep and I couldn't because I don't feel comfortable sleeping at other people's houses because it's not my bed, my house.
But you had agreed to stay with her the night?
Because she called me and nagged me for 25 minutes.
Okay, but you had agreed to stay with her the night?
Yes.
Miss Alejo, I read your papers, and in your papers you indicate that your daughter was a witness.
Yes.
This little girl, I assume.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have a discussion with your daughter?
She brought it up to me later.
Your daughter?
Yes.
Your daughter is 6.
Uh-huh.
So you understand I can't take her sworn testimony, but I'd like to hear what she has to say.
Uh-huh.
Have you done any preparation of her for today?
I've only told her that we were coming and that she was going to probably have to talk to you.
Okay, fine. Tell me her name.
Vanessa Ramirez.
Okay, Vanessa, could you come sit up here for me, please?
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Kimberly Alejo says former friend Katie Just stole $300 from her home. Kimberly claims Her 6-year-old daughter, Vanessa, saw the whole thing.
Hi, Vanessa.
Hi.
How old are you?
6.
Do you go to school? What grade are you in school?
Kindergarten at Sunset.
Have you been in school before this year? Or is this your first year?
No, it's my before year.
So you were there before. Could you sit still? Okay, good. So you think you're a real smart girl? Are you smart? Do you remember a day when this young lady was babysitting for you? How many times has she taken care of you?
Like about 3 times.
Has she been nice to you?
Yeah,
You like her?
not anymore.
But did you before? Did she play with you?
Cartoons on to watch.
What's your favorite cartoon?
SpongeBob.
SpongeBob. I have a son-in-law who loves SpongeBob. Okay. Do you remember a time when she was babysitting for you and there was some money? You don't remember that?
But I know she stole the money.
But you didn't see her with any money.
I told my mother and my dad put it under the VCR. And
No, tell me what you saw. Don't tell me what you told your mom.
Okay.
Tell me what you saw with the money.
I saw that she put it in her pocket and she had the money, but my sister first had the money and then...
How did your sister get the money?
Under the VCR.
How old is your sister?
2.
So she reached up and took the money? And what happened to her when she reached up and took the money?
She got the whole thing and she was playing with it.
Where was she playing with it? On the floor?
Yes.
Were you playing with her?
I was watching cartoons.
So what was she doing? Spreading the money all over the place?
Uh-uh.
How was she playing with it?
Like going like this, picking them up.
Okay. And then what happened?
I told my mom that Graciela had the money and then Katie came in and got the money and put it, like folded it and put it in her pocket.
You saw her fold it and put it in her pocket? Did you see where she went with it after that?
Yes.
Where did she go with it after that?
In the living room.
Did you see what she did with the money in the living room?
She wasn't doing nothing. She didn't even pull it out.
She just had it in her pocket?
Yes.
When your sister was playing with the money, was it all in one pile or was it in lots of piles?
It was folded and it wasn't in any piles.
Can you count?
To what?
10.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Were there more than 10 bills or less than 10 bills?
Less.
How many bills were there?
Like about $3.
$3? Thank you. There you go. What were the denominations of the bills that your husband left you?
There were 2 $100 bills and 2 $50 bills.
Anything else you want to tell me?
Then Kim went back to check and see if the money was there. And then it wasn't. We searched through her bedroom, the clothes that she had on her, my clothes that I had on me, my shoes, my pillows, and everything. We did not find it. I ended up going home at 3 o'clock that morning because I could not sleep there. I called her the next morning, came up, and helped her look for it again. And we still could not find it. So she ended up going to her store that she runs, and I ended up going home.
Did she come back to your house the next day?
Yes, she did. But she did not help me look for it.
What was the purpose of her coming back the next day?
To see if I needed her to babysit that day. And at that point, with her leaving at 3 o'clock in the morning, that money being gone, I thought, you know, if I can't trust her with cash in my house, how can I trust her with my kids?
Did you know that your 2-year-old had gotten her hands on that money?
After the fact, yes. Vanessa says that she told me that, but I was on some very strong pain medicine because they reopened my incision, and I don't remember her saying that to me.
Ms. Aleo, I'm sure that the police told you what I'm going to tell you. There is a possibility that Miss Just took your money, but there is also a possibility that she did not. I mean, I can think of other scenarios that might have happened with that money if your kids are inquisitive and managed to get it from under the VCR. So it's possible that they could have gotten it from where she says she put it. And before I am prepared to label someone a thief, I have to have much more evidence, even in a civil proceeding, because I think that before you say somebody is stolen, you have to be really comfortable with that. So only Miss Just knows whether or not she was just or not and took your money. But I cannot award you the $300 that you're missing. Do you understand?
The only thing that I have to say about that is that the towels were still all folded, still in the same place where I'd left them. There's no way my kids got up there under the towels and pulled the money down.
I probably believe you. I mean, I believe you. I believe that there was money. I believe that it's missing. And I believe that there is a substantial possibility that you took it. But I'm not prepared to label her a thief. You understand? Mm-hmm. So next time you tell your husband that if he wants to leave some money for you, to take it and put it in your wallet. Okay. Put your wallet in your pocketbook. You the husband? The pocketbook someplace secure, and then we don't have to worry about it, right?
Yeah, but I told him like put in the pocket. She told me put in the VCR.
Is that what you told him?
I told him to put the money up for me.
Okay. Then it's not your fault. I was prepared to blame you, but it's not your fault. Got a new babysitter?
Yes, I do.
Good. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Parties are excused. You may step out. Your Honor, this is case number 400 on the calendar in the matter of Straub versus Snelson. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Sir, have a seat.
Ms. Straub, how old are you?
I'm 20.
When were you 20?
April 5th.
According to your complaint, for your 19th birthday, the defendant, who was then your boyfriend, bought you a dog. You've since broken up. He came in, stole the dog. You want the dog back or the value of the dog? Mr. Snelson says that he never gave you this dog as a gift. The gift was bought for his son's 5th birthday, and he is counterclaiming for some property that you have that belongs to him. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Were you living together?
Yes.
When did you start to live together?
We started living together when I was 18, but we had broken up right after he had given me the dog for my 19th birthday.
Just a minute. Did you move into his apartment? Did he move into your apartment? Or did you move in together into a new apartment?
I moved into his house, but I moved into my house, into my mother's house in Portland after we had broken up, after he...
Shh. Try paying attention to my questions. You moved into his house. Mm-hmm. Who lived in his house?
Several people.
Who?
A couple of roommates, his son, and I, and him.
How old is his son?
He was 4 then.
When is your birthday in April? April 5th?
Mm-hmm.
On what day was the dog purchased?
I am not sure. It was a couple days before my 19th birthday.
And tell me the circumstances of his giving you the dog.
He had gotten the dog from someone.
Look at me.
He brought it home and he said, "Happy birthday, here's your dog," and that was it.
What kind of dog is it?
She's an American Pit Bull.
How old was the dog?
She'll be 2 in January.
How old was the dog when you got it?
She was about 3 months old.
And when did you break up?
We broke up right after my 19th birthday. I moved back to Portland, and I took Karma with me, and she lived with me in Portland at my mother's house, which I have proof.
Okay. For how long?
For approximately a year.
When did he come and get the dog? What date?
What date? I moved back to Bend after living.
What Bend?
I moved. We lived in Bend together. And
what Bend? Is that Bend, Oregon?
Bend, Oregon, yes.
Okay.
And after I had broken up with him, after I had received the dog as a gift for my 19th birthday, I moved back to Portland, Oregon. And she lived
took the dog with you?
Yes.
Okay.
And she lived with me. I have plenty of paperwork, receipts, original receipts from Portland, from Petco. I have Safeway, places, dates, times, amounts.
Okay, I'll take a look at them in a minute.
Okay. And she lived with me at my mother's house.
For a year?
For about a year, yes.
Was it 9 months? Was it 10 months?
It was almost a year, maybe a couple weeks
Okay, and
short.
then you moved back to Bend.
Then I moved back to Bend.
Where he is now.
Mm-hmm.
And he was all along.
And I am there now. And we had stayed...
No, look at me. You're looking down at your paperwork. Don't look down at your paperwork.
Okay.
You broke up, you took the dog, you went back to your mother's.
Okay.
You stayed with your mother, and then you moved back to Bend. When you moved back to Bend, where did you go?
To his grandmother's. And then
So you went back, you were back together again?
Yes. And then shortly...
You were back together again?
Yes.
What month and year did you move back to Bend?
End of April, beginning of May of this year.
And when did you break up for the last time?
September 3rd, when he had choked me, and I called the police and had him removed.
So from May to September, you lived together?
Yes.
And the police removed him?
They requested that he leave, yes. And I filed a restraining order the next morning. And the apartment is in my name solely.
So when you moved back to Bend, you leased an apartment and he moved in with you? I thought you were living with his grandmother.
We lived with his grandmother for approximately 2 months. And then I leased an apartment in my name on July 22nd of this year.
And that's where the two of you were living? July, August, up until September 3rd, you were living with the dog. Is that right?
Yes.
Where was his son?
His son was in Alaska with his mother.
Is that right, Mr. Sneelson? Look at me,
To my
sir.
knowledge.
No. To your knowledge, you would know if your son isn't around. You wake up in the morning, you go and look in his room.
It's
If he's not
been-
there, look at me.
Well, I'm trying to
look
think
at me.
It has
I
been
just asked
roughly about 8 months to a year.
that your
since
son
he's
has been
over there
living with his
mother.
mother.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, tell me how he got possession of the dog.
After I had filed the restraining order, I had dropped it because I want to remain friends with him still. I didn't want all this. But he had came into my house and started arguing with me and just walked in. He still had a key because I had yet to be able to get it from him. And he walked through my back French doors of my patio, came in, argued with me, and grabbed her, and then ran off with her.
Okay.
And he had called me
That's a
after
lie,
that.
Your Honor.
He had called me several times from a payphone and asked me if I had wanted to discuss this further, maybe repress the situation.
Do you have any of his property?
I have pots and pans and dishes that his aunt and his grandmother purchased for us for our house, and I would be more than willing to give those back to him.
Fine. Pots, pans, and dishes. What else? You have a ring that belonged to his
I do
grandfather?
not have a ring of his. I do not have any other possessions of his. He took everything, and he even took my DVD player upon leaving, and he had then later
Now,
given it back to me.
Good. The real issue here is the dog. Is that right?
Yeah, somewhat. I would really like my ring and everything
Pay careful
back.
attention to me, sir.
Okay, if I can get my
Pay
personal
careful attention
belongings
to
back,
me. You can't pay
I would
careful
love to.
attention to me if you're moving your mouth.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
When my mouth starts to move, your mouth stops. And the only time that doesn't happen is when somebody is usually on speed or some sort of mind-altering drug, because otherwise people know that when they're in a courtroom, judge speaks, they don't.
And later today,
You want her to pay for a vasectomy that she insisted that you have because she didn't want any more children.
Yes, ma'am.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Melody Straub says ex-boyfriend Casey Snelson won't return her pit bull named Karma. Casey says he bought the dog as a birthday gift for his son.
When you had an argument over a year ago with Miss Straub, did she leave Bend, Oregon, and go and live with her mother for a period of time?
No, ma'am.
She did not. She never left. Is that
She
what
left,
you're telling me?
but no, ma'am, she did not go straight to her mother's.
I didn't ask you whether she went straight to her mother's. I asked whether she left and went to her mother's in Portland.
I went with her, though, is what I'm saying.
You stayed with her?
Yes.
did not live
She
with
came
her.
to live with me and my best friend in Vancouver, Washington for approximately a month and a half. Then she moved to her mother's, and it was only about 3 months that
When
we were
she
over there.
moved to her mother's, Mr. Sneelson, was the dog with her?
No.
Yes.
Where was the dog?
It was with me and my roommate and my son and his 2 kids in the apartment with us.
Really?
Yes.
No.
I don't believe you.
You don't believe me?
Yeah, I don't believe you. Show me the proof that the dog was with you in Portland. Show me the... Show me.
Here's everything. That's got it all. She's registered under Multnomah and Deschutes County. All of her rabies vaccinations are under me. Karma Straub.
I'm missing something, Bert. I'm really missing something. My eyes must be getting old. Would you point out the dog in these pictures? See a dog in those pictures?
Not in those, Your Honor.
Well, then what are you giving it to me for?
No, that was the house that I was living at with my mother.
Listen, I don't care about the house and your mother. I want you. I asked you. I'm
There's
not looking
pictures
through
in
all
there,
this
Your
garbage.
Honor.
Would you kindly look through this junk and show me proof of the dog living with you in Portland, Oregon?
This is her license under Multnomah County. Here are her pictures along with all of her vaccinations and everything
Let
in
me just
Portland.
see. I don't want to see the pictures. I want to see the vet bill.
Okay.
Good.
I
Mr.
also
Nielsen, listen to me very carefully. Did you ever live with the plaintiff in Portland, Oregon?
Yes.
When?
Around June of 2001 until about August of 2001.
Where did you live?
We lived in Vancouver, Washington, at an apartment complex there.
Is English your primary language?
What's that?
Is English your primary language? I said to you, did you ever live in Portland, Oregon with the plaintiff?
No, not in Portland. But I mean,
So the answer
they're
is no.
connected. I mean, they're connected.
So the answer is no. You
Okay,
never
no.
lived with her in Portland, Oregon.
Your Honor,
Vancouver and Portland are connected.
I have receipts that I had kept from Portland also, as well
Just
as...
a sec. I mean, what are you laughing at? What are you laughing at?
What? You said Portland, Oregon. He's talking about Washington. I
Well,
thought that was rather humorous.
Your Honor?
There's only
What?
a tiny bridge that divides them. That's
Tragically
why
humorous.
you
What?
commute from one side to the other. There's only a small bridge that divides Portland and
I want to tell you,
Vancouver.
let me ask you this question, sir. You think that if you paid your taxes to the state of Washington, the state of Oregon would say, that's really nice, we're going to... We don't care.
Well,
You
that's
paid
like
it
my
for
friend
Washington,
works
paid
in
to
Oregon,
Oregon.
he lives
We
in
don't care.
the
One
same
is the same thing. I asked you a question. I said, did you
Okay.
ever live with her in Portland, Oregon? The answer is what?
No.
Good.
Sorry.
I also have
I
original...
didn't ask you anything. In any event, your defense, sir, is that you bought this dog for your son. It was a
Yes.
gift for your son.
Yes,
Is that
ma'am, it
right?
was.
But your son doesn't live with you. Why didn't you give the dog to...
My son did live with me at the time.
He doesn't live with you now. He hasn't lived with you in a year.
No, but just because I bought the dog when my son
But
was
the
there,
kid
was
what?
the
What were you
dog
gonna
supposed
say?
to go to Alaska?
Why not? The dog
Because his
belongs to the
mother wasn't
child.
going to take the dog, and that's my responsibility to take care of that animal.
I don't believe you. I believe that you bought the dog for her and came home and said to her, whether you intended to buy it for her or not, I believe that you came home. Oh, by the way, can I see the bill of sale? I want to see when he bought the dog. Shh. Say nothing.
Okay.
May I say something?
Shh. Say nothing. Oh. This says that the dog was purchased in March for $250.
Yes, ma'am.
He didn't even get that bill of sale until after I had called the police on him, Your
No.
Honor.
Is that right?
Stating
I believe you.
that he
I believe you.
took
Show
her
me the
from
registration for the dog.
Registration there. She's not.
She's registered
she's
under
not
me
a-
under multiple.
Show me the registration.
I even have a tape, Your Honor, a cassette tape that he left a message on my answering machine stating that he wanted to give me back my dog, but I don't want to play his rules.
Okay, let me. You have that
No,
tape? Let me
I
see it.
tried to be very civil between this case, and we tried
Quiet.
to work on a
Sir,
competitive level.
You see this receipt? This
Yes,
receipt is baloney.
That's mine.
It's baloney. It's baloney.
I have an Avid chip put in my animal too.
Can you
that registers
please,
her to
can
me.
you please
If
play that
she's
tape for
taken,
me?
it comes back to me. It's all registered into my name
I believe it's
at any
loud
time.
enough.
Go ahead.
8:52 p.m.
I can't hear it.
I didn't want to see you because I did want to stay.
How can you have a videotape when your thing has no video? I mean, has no. That was when we were in a fight. I was just letting her see her, Your Honor.
You said what,
That was
sir?
when we were in an argument, and I was just, this was during a time where we were commuting back and forth. She was meeting me behind my grandmother's house so she could see Karma and stuff. Then we tried to hook back up. We hooked back up and stuff after this tape
No,
and
we did
everything.
not.
We had been together after this.
No,
Yes,
we
we
so
have,
what?
Your Honor.
Shh. So what? You said I'll give you back Karma.
For
That's
the night. That's for the night.
full of
Your Honor.
baloney.
That's not for.
Mr.
No,
Sneelson,
no,
Mr.
no.
Sneelson,
That's
Mr.
bull-
Sneelson, two things. Two things. First of all, lying is something.
I know.
You know,
And this is all lies. That's why I can't understand.
lying is
this.
something
This
that is
just
objectionable to
absolutely
me.
ridiculous.
You take drugs.
No, Your Honor.
What I want you to do is, when my mouth starts to move, your mouth stops. Do you understand?
I know.
And the only time that that doesn't happen is when somebody is usually on speed or some sort of mind-altering drug, because otherwise people know that when they're in a courtroom, judge speaks, they don't. Do you understand that? So I believe that this is her dog. I also believe that she is not going to be able to get this dog from you. Do you understand? Now, you're suing him for the dog or the value of the dog. He wants his personal property back. He wants his property back. He wants his grandfather's ring back that he says that you have. Is that right?
Yes, I do.
Okay. When she gets the dog back, you get your personal property. Do you understand? Other than that, you get nothing.
It's already gone.
Now, Good. So it's already gone. So then all I have to do is I have to dismiss your counterclaim, because that you're not getting back. If she has your grandfather's ring that you said has so much sentimental value to you, that's gone, along with your other stuff. Now, I don't believe he's going to give you back this dog. And the truth of the matter is, I think it's a good idea, because I think that there's something wrong with him. I think it's a good idea that you have no connection with him.
Me too.
Do you understand? And I think that you should get another dog, preferably from you. So go and buy yourself another dog. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,500. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I don't want another dog. She spent 2 years of her life with me.
She's a psycho, and I've been dealing with this. She stalks me. She comes by my work 7 o'clock in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning.
He's just doing this out of spite.
It's about her being crazy.
You can't be an adult to someone who doesn't want to be an adult themselves.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Morin versus Baird. Step forward, please.
Photo technician Joanne Morin is suing her ex-fiancé, construction plans examiner James Baird, for the cost of a cruise ticket. James is countersuing for the return of a suit and for the cost of a vasectomy.
All right, Bert, I've read the papers in this case. Don't get comfortable. We're not going to be long. Okay. Miss Morin, you and the defendant dated. You were supposed to go on a cruise together. You couldn't go because a relative, I think your father, became ill. The defendant went with 2 of his children, but your son had paid for the cruise ticket. In any event, you say that he owes you $200. He says, more than happy to give you the $200, right? Give me back my suit that I left at your house. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
That's the suit?
Yes, ma'am.
Give him the suit, Bert. I told you, this case has lots of little parts, but we're going to handle them all very quickly. Good. Now you have your suit. The suit goes on your side, and plaintiff gets $200. Are you happy? Good. On your side, you have a counterclaim.
Yes, ma'am.
Your counterclaim is twofold. A, you wanted your suit back, you got your suit. You want her, A, to give you back the engagement ring.
Oh, the money for it, yes.
Where's the engagement ring?
I have it with me right here.
Perfect.
You want to see?
No. Goes back. Goes to his team. Happy now? Almost.
Almost.
The other part you're not going to even be happy that you raised, sir. You want her to pay for a vasectomy that she insisted that you have because she didn't want any more children.
Yes, ma'am.
Right? Did she grab you by the hand and take you to the doctor?
No, she...
Very good. Then you don't get paid for the vasectomy. You're over 21, you made a choice. If you don't like the choice, you'd have to live with it or get it reversed. Goodbye and good luck. That takes care of this.
Parties are excused. You may step out. In the matter of Newens versus Newens. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Ma'am, have a seat.
Mr. Newens, when were you and the defendant married?
We were married in June of 1997. Or, excuse me, 1987.
And when were you divorced?
August of 1996.
Do you have children?
We have 4 children.
From 1987 till 1996, in what state did you reside?
From 1987 to 1996, we resided in California and in Wisconsin.
When did you reside in Wisconsin?
From 1992 to the beginning of 1994.
I ask you this because the timeline here is quite important.
Yes.
According to your complaint, after your divorce, you and your former wife were arrested here in California. And you were arrested on outstanding warrants from the state of Wisconsin for welfare fraud. According to you, there was an agreement between you and your former wife that if you paid whatever fines there were in Wisconsin, which amounted to $4,800, she would give you credit for $2,400 towards what you owed her in child support.
Correct.
Now you've been summoned to court, and you've been told by the judge that you have to pay those arrears, which are probably more substantial than $2,400.
Yes, ma'am.
And you said to her, what about the agreement we had, that you would give me credit for half of that? And she said, we don't have an agreement. So you want $2,400, which is her half of what you paid to the state of Wisconsin in order to get rid of all the charges pending against both of you.
Correct.
You were in the state of California when you were arrested, is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
And you had an attorney?
No, ma'am.
Who told you that if you paid this $4,800, you wouldn't have to go back to Wisconsin to surrender yourself?
The district attorney of Outagamie County, Wisconsin.
Now, tell me what the welfare fraud was about from 1992 to 1994.
I believe it's for food stamps and medical aid.
How come there was fraud, sir?
I believe there was fraud because we left the state as we were on welfare to move back to California without notifying the welfare department that we were moving.
You were on welfare in Wisconsin.
We were not collecting money, Your Honor. We were collecting food stamps and we were collecting medical.
Benefits. You were collecting welfare benefits.
Yes.
Is that because you were unemployed?
I was unemployed at the time.
Who were you living with?
Nancy and I were renting a house.
Who paid for the rent on the house if you were unemployed?
We paid for the rent on the house.
How?
Because I got a job at installing garage doors. I wasn't employed the whole time. And it wasn't a sufficient amount of money to support the family. That's why we went for aid.
So your wife stayed at home with the children?
She did.
So you're telling me that they sued you for fraud for $4,800 because you left the state and they didn't have to pay you money anymore?
We basically left the state, and instead of tracking us down and figuring out that they wanted all of their benefits back, which totaled the $4,880.
Probably the only person in creation that I know that happens to. Usually they say, wow, they're out there with California's problem now. Now, Mr. Newens, how much do you owe in child support, sir?
$10,000 in child support and $10,000 in alimony.
How come you haven't paid any money?
Well, I've actually paid a lot of money, Your Honor. The reason being is because in the state of California, your ex-wife or whoever's receiving the support can go back at any time and ask for an audit of the payments, which she did. And I had a court order for my employers to pay her directly, which they did, but I had to prove it, and these two employers were no longer in business, so I could not find the record of payments.
So you're telling me that the judgment was entered against you and you have to pay arrears on $20,000 for money that you paid?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you have a lawyer representing you this time?
No, ma'am. But the litigation went for a whole year. Now, I can't afford a lawyer. I work 60 hours a week to support 4 kids. My ex-wife, since the day we married, has not worked at all and still doesn't to this day. She solely relies on my support to support all 4 kids.
Let me ask you this question, Ms. Newens. Now we're going to come to you. He says that you were receiving partial benefits. Is that correct? Mm-hmm. Do you have any idea why you were charged with welfare fraud?
It was explained to me when, without notifying the county about our moving, there was a warrant automatically slapped on because there was an outstanding amount that needed to be paid back, like $700 some odd.
For what?
For overpayment is what they called it.
So you were notified that you were receiving overpayments of $700 while you were living in Wisconsin?
Yes.
And you left without paying that amount?
Yes. They were charging us interest and stuff because of penalties on that.
Now, your former husband says that he paid you this money, this $10,000 in child support and $10,000 in alimony. Is that true, that he's paid you this money?
I have, Your Honor, from the month, some partial payments, and for the last month of October, I received...
Look at me. Now you can speak.
Okay, I'm sorry. $29.90 for the month of October. $500 for the month of September, and before that, nothing. Payments are coming, and partial payments, whole payments, every now and then, off and on through the last couple of years.
Did they come right out of his check?
He's self-employed.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
I would suggest you find yourself some way of earning a living that you enjoy, because otherwise you're going to be relying on him forever. And that's wrong.
And later today,
he had planned to get married, and there was an issue in that I was still married and needed to get a divorce.
That's what Ms. Harris said.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Todd Newens says ex-wife Nancy Newens owes for an unpaid loan for bail after they both were arrested for welfare fraud. Nancy says Todd doesn't pay his child support.
How long have you been self-employed, Mr. Newens?
Roughly 3 years.
So when you say that your employer, what employer are you talking about that you couldn't find?
The court order dates back to 1997. The amount in arrears they're asking for was for 97 and 98.
Just those 2 years?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, so this proceeding had nothing to do with current arrears for the year 2000, 2001, 2002. Is that what you're telling me?
What I have a court order here that I got from them. What they dated it from 6 of 97 to 10/1 of 02 to make it current.
Mr. Newens, I don't know if you think that I'm not wrapped too tight. I asked you a question. The question I asked you was whether you were telling me that the arrears that they were talking about, that you just had a trial on, dealt with monies that you owed, and you said from 97 and 98.
Correct.
And I said that they conducted a whole hearing for a year and didn't bring that amount up to the current date for arrears, and you said, oh, I have the order. And the order says that those were arrears that you owe from 97 to the year 02.
The reason why they did that, Your Honor, is because we were fighting for the last year in court over the amount of arrears. And it was my burden to prove that all my previous employers paid.
All right, forget the previous employees from 97 to 98. She says she has been receiving sporadic payments. Is that true? And now you're self-employed.
Yes, it is true.
Sometimes it's true. All right, that's what I wanted to know.
Okay.
Because, I mean, I'm going to get to it, Mr. Newens. Don't pussyfoot around me. Are you remarried?
Yes, ma'am.
Good. You have children with your new wife?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Well, let's start with August of 2002. How much money did you send to your former wife for child support and alimony in August of 2002?
Your Honor, I don't have that information with me, and the reason why I don't have that information with me is because it's quite irrelevant, because I have an order that you have before you stating the amount I have to pay in arrears of $200 per month.
That's perfect. So what are you bothering me for?
I'm asking for money owed that I paid $4,880 for, that I can't get credit through the County of San Bernardino for child support, which, had she not agreed to credit me half, I would have never made the payment. We would have flew back to Wisconsin and fought this battle in court.
So then I'm going to resolve it very quickly for you, sir.
Okay.
From 1992 to 1994, according to you, you had 2 young children, and your former wife was unemployed. She was taking care of the children. It was therefore your responsibility, your contractual responsibility with your former wife, to be the provider. You found that you could not be a provider for your wife and your 2 young children, so you were forced to apply to the state for certain benefits. Then you were advised that there was an overpayment of $700. Rather than taking care of that part of your financial responsibility before you left the state of Wisconsin, you decided to leave the state of Wisconsin and move to California. It was because of that that they issued a warrant for the both of you. You paid that amount. That's not for child support. That's not for spousal support. That's to reimburse the state for money that the state expended on behalf of you and your family because you could not fulfill your end of the contractual marital responsibility with your former wife. And in addition to that, you have continued to accrue arrears over the years, the last 3 years when you've been self-employed. Sometimes you pay, sometimes you don't. Sometimes you send a little, sometimes you send a lot. That doesn't excuse you from working at some point. Are you working now?
Yes, I am.
Good. What kind of work do you do?
Right now I do child care. And in the past I was doing dental assisting.
Well, I would suggest you find yourself some way of earning a living that you enjoy.
Exactly.
And if it's not child care, because child care sometimes is a temporary thing that you do when your children are very little, because that's a way to take care of your responsibility as a stay-at-home parent and also make some extra money. But I'm going to strongly urge you to find a career that you like, because otherwise you're going to be relying on him forever. And that's wrong for your support. You both have to support these children. You both made them now. You're not living together. You're not married. You both have to support them. But she certainly isn't going to give you back $2,400 for money that you owe the state of Wisconsin, sir. Your complaint's dismissed, that's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Nancy's been on a free ride for many years, refusing to work.
It should be said and done, and it was over in court beforehand.
After she got out of jail, she's free, the bill's paid. It's the heck with me.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Griffin versus Harris. Step forward, please.
Sales rep Aaron Griffin is suing his ex-girlfriend, nurse's aide Darlene Harris, for the return of his personal property and for having him falsely arrested. Darlene says Aaron broke into her apartment.
Mr. Griffin, you are suing the defendant, who was your former girlfriend, because you say she had you falsely arrested for burglarizing her property, when what you were actually trying to do was to get some of your stuff out because she had thrown you out. Ms. Harris said that you did in fact break in, and all the property that you wanted belonged to her. Is that right?
Right.
Were you living together?
I had my own home.
Is that right?
No, he was living in my house.
Did he also have his own home?
Well, yes.
What was your stuff doing in her apartment?
We had decided to spend 2 weeks together. After a few days, I recognized that she didn't have some items. She didn't have a television in the bedroom. She didn't have a living room set. So I decided to move some of my belongings from my home over to her residence.
What did you move over?
I brought over my living room set, a television.
Which consisted of what?
Consisted of a cherry oak table, 8 chairs. I also brought over a 19-inch television, a portable CD player, my clothing, some dishes, glasses, silverware, and also...
She didn't have any of that stuff?
She had some of it, but incomplete sets.
She didn't have enough for you to eat off of for 2 weeks?
Well, I wanted to assist, and as I said...
You wanted to assist in what?
Assist her in some of the items that she didn't have.
And so after 2 weeks, it didn't work out. What happened, Mr. Griffin?
Well, we had planned to get married, and there was an issue in that I was still married and needed to get a divorce.
That's what Miss Harris said.
Yeah.
That's what Miss Harris said. She said when you brought the 8 chairs in, she didn't know you still had 8 chairs and a wife. Okay, so what happened?
She didn't apparently want to wait until I could get a divorce. So I decided that it was time for me to move out. That Monday morning, we had one final argument, and I left, but I did leave my belongings in the residence. The argument had gotten very bitter, and I decided that it was just best if I leave at that point.
That was smart.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Go ahead.
Upon my return, I found that the defendant was not in her residence, and the door was locked. She had given me a key when I first arrived from Texas.
But she took the key off the ring.
Right, unbeknownst to me.
How do you retrieve your articles?
Well, actually, I came in through the side window. I kind of pushed it up and climbed in.
But how do you get them? You brought over table, chairs, TVs, CDs. Where are you going to put all this stuff?
Well, I was going to place all of the items that I could carry into my vehicle.
What kind of vehicle do you have?
A Mercury Sable.
So one of those expandable Mercury Sables?
No, Your Honor. It's average size.
So you weren't planning too well?
I guess not, no.
So what happened? You crawl into the house and you open up a window, crawl into the house, and what happened next, sir?
I commenced to packing my clothing and my luggage, and the doorbell rang. And when the doorbell rang, I went to the door thinking it was the defendant.
It wasn't the defendant, it was the...
Police. Right. It was the police upon me opening the door, but I thought it was the defendant.
Okay, what you thought. What you thought was irrelevant.
Okay.
It's okay, so you opened the door and it was the police. Go ahead.
Correct. They asked me what my name was. I said Aaron Griffin. They said, you're now under arrest, and they charged me with burglary. The defendant indicated that she didn't know me.
Really?
I had broken in.
Just a second. Did you tell the police you didn't know him?
No. No, I never told. No.
You should have told him to call his wife. She knows him.
Very well.
Were you there when she said she didn't know you?
They were actually leading me down the stairs of the porch. And she was standing in front of the house with the police.
Yes.
She said she didn't know me, that I had broken in.
That's pretty nasty if you did it.
I never said that. I never said that.
Okay. So let's talk about this report that you made to the police. Tell me about that.
I was coming up my street with my sister-in-law, and I saw his vehicle in my driveway. Shouldn't have been in my driveway because I had taken the key off the key ring. I was scared. We had an argument, and I was...
So you called the police?
I called the police, and they met me at my house. They saw the window, and they arrested him.
They saw the window what?
It was broken.
How was it broken? The glass was broken?
Yes.
Did you break the glass?
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
Oh, you've left that out. You said you just pushed the window up a little bit. So you broke the window to get in?
Yes, I did.
That's not false arrest. You can't do that. It's not your house. You can't break a window to get in. So that takes care of your false arrest charge. Now you want all your furniture back.
Yes, I do.
Table, 8 chairs, 19-inch television, CD, dishes. You have all that stuff?
No, I do not.
Where is it?
I put it into the trash. I got rid of it.
Oh, no, Miss Harris, listen to me. You know how I caught him in fibs? That's a fib. You want to tell me what you did with this table and 8 chairs?
That's what I did with it.
Well,
I
then you
woke
wanna
up
pay-
one day and I was upset and I didn't want any reminder of him in my house, and I put that stuff out.
You put it out? Good.
Yes.
You pay for it. That was the wrong thing to do.
Well,
that was the wrong thing
we
to
were
do.
getting married and had a wife.
Listen to me. That was the wrong thing for you to do. You acted impulsively, and it was the wrong thing to do, so you have to pay for it.
Your Honor.
I don't believe that you just took it outside and threw it out. You may have given it to somebody.
Well, people in the neighborhood, I'm sure they came and took the stuff up off the curb.
Including
but
the
that's
television?
Exactly what,
including the television set?
Yes.
That's fine, then you pay for it. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,250. But that's it, Mr. Griffin. That's all.
These are case number 495 on the calendar in the matter of Thrall versus Salinas. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Folks have seats.
Mrs. Thrall, it is your claim that the defendant's little boys did some damage to your recreational vehicle, throwing some rocks at the
Yes,
vehicle.
ma'am, they did.
And the defendants say either they didn't do it or if they did, they didn't cause any damage. Two of you, up here. One sit, one stand. Who's older? Tell me your name.
Charles Taylor Salinas.
You're Charles. And you?
Spencer Mark Salinas.
Have you ever watched this courtroom before?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
And you know that I don't care what you told your mother, and I don't care what you told your father, and I don't care what you told the police. When I ask you a question, I expect one thing, and that is what?
The truth.
Right. Now, who was throwing the rocks in the direction of the recreational vehicle? Raise your hand. Really? Who was throwing rocks at a light post? Who was throwing rocks at all? What were you throwing rocks at?
The telephone wire.
And where was the recreational vehicle parked?
Clear over to the left behind all these trees. You couldn't see it because there was all these bushes in front of us.
So it was behind the bushes, but in the same line as the pole that you were throwing the rocks at?
No.
Then how do you think that the vehicle got damaged with rocks?
I don't know.
And you? You don't know. Now, was it right after you were throwing these rocks that Mrs. Thrall came to your parents' house?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
So you think that that's just a coincidence, huh? You think it was a couple of other people who were throwing rocks that hit the truck?
Yes.
Tell me who you think it was.
We don't know because
why?
Because we don't know them.
Did you see Mrs. Thrall outside when you were throwing the rocks?
No.
Did you see her?
No.
What made you stop throwing the rocks?
Our grandma called us in.
Mm-hmm. Are you nervous? You should be. Go back and stand with your parents. Okay, Mr. Thrall, let me hear what you have to tell me.
Well, I heard something hit my house. I went out back because the dogs were barking to check on the dogs, and something flew past my ear. Well, I checked on the dog. He wouldn't come out, and these things kept pelting my trailer really hard. And I thought, well, what the hell's going on? Excuse me. And I looked up, and these two boys were standing there, and they were giggling and laughing. I says, what do you think you're doing?
Did you see the two boys?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Are these the two boys you saw?
Yes, ma'am.
Go ahead.
And I told them, I says, you better get inside. I'm coming over to talk to your parents. And they took off running. So it took me a little while to walk out of my backyard and around the block. And I got to their house and knocked on the door. And a man answered the door. And I says, your children were out back pelting my trailer with rocks. I says, what are they doing that for? He says, I don't know that they were. And then they started crying.
Is this the man that you saw?
Yes, ma'am.
What did Miss Thrall say to you when she rang your bell?
Yes, I was visiting my mother's home that night, Your Honor, and so when I opened the door, I expected it was someone coming to see her. I
don't care what you were expecting. What did you say?
Mrs. Thrall was very upset, yelling and screaming. I asked her, could I help her first? And she said, your boys were throwing rocks in my trailer. And I asked the boys to come to the door. My oldest son, Taylor, began to cry.
Why do you think he began to cry?
Because of the intimidation of Mrs. Thrall.
Oh, no. Get real. He wasn't crying because Mrs. Thrall was intimidating him. He was crying because he got caught.
Your Honor, if I may.
Sure.
I believe it was because he was intimidated by her.
I don't care what you believe, sir.
She said my son
That's
needed...
why we have Littleton and Columbine, because parents don't want to look for things in a real way. Now, what would make you think that this lady, who doesn't look like she's heavily sedated or medicated, would come to your house and blame two little boys that looked like butter would melt in their mouth for throwing rocks at her RV at a time, sir, when your boys had been outside throwing rocks?
Your Honor, my boys were out in the back and they were throwing rocks at a telephone wire, and I believe that. As far as the damage to the trailer, I wasn't certain to that because
Just a minute, we're not talking, listen to me.
Okay.
We haven't gotten to the damage yet. We're talking about rocks hitting her trailer. You have two defenses. A, it wasn't them, and B, there was no damage. Correct?
Yes.
So, we are eliminating your first defense and theirs. The rocks that they threw hit her RV and almost hit her and scared her dog. So let's not even talk about the damage first. I would like to know what you said to your sons when they admitted to you that they were throwing rocks.
I told them, one, that that wasn't the right thing to do, but I asked them why were they throwing the rocks and if they hit the trailer. I didn't raise my boys to throw rocks and to damage people's property. So I asked them, similar to what you're doing today, questions.
So?
Were you out there throwing rocks? Yes. Did you hit the trailer? Okay, and they told me no, they did not hit the trailer. I asked them if they heard anything break, any damage, and they said no.
And so what did you do then?
All right, then I continued. Then I talked to Mrs. Thrall.
Forget Mrs.
Right.
Thrall. What did you do there? They're outside, they're throwing rocks. How were they punished?
Well, first of all, I talked to them. Okay, I wanted to get their story. I've told them we do not throw rocks at people's property. That night when Mrs. Thrall was there at the door, I even told them, boys, if you did this, this is wrong. Come up and apologize to her if this is what you did. Okay, and the boys sat there and they were crying. All right, well, Taylor was, and because she continued to tell us that he needed to be on drugs and therapy that night, Your Honor. That is what led the boys to start crying, was her insisting that my boys were vandals and that they had done their...
They were vandals, sir. They vandalized the property. You should have gone out and looked at the property.
I offered to, Your Honor.
So, did you look at her property?
No, she wouldn't let me go down there. I asked her if I could go down and examine the property, and I said, if my boys did any damage, I will be willing to take care of it. Please let me know. And I have a letter...
Just a second. Is that true? No. I didn't think so.
Your
Not
Honor.
from reading his answer. What happened when you went to the door? You got a little bit crazed when you went to the door.
I tried to stay as calm as I could. I went to the door.
But you weren't so calm.
Yeah, I rang the doorbell. He answered the door. I told him that two young boys on his property were throwing rocks at my property and had no business doing so. I suggested that maybe they needed to be in football, basketball, or hockey, something outdoor sports to get them away from this sort of thing. And I told him that there was damage done to my trailer and possibly to my dog because I couldn't get him out from underneath the trailer. And he just looked at me and said, yeah, right. He didn't offer to come look at my trailer. He never once implied it. I went home, called the police, had them come by. They took a police report. And
Can I see the police report, please?
Yes, ma'am. And they took pictures. I even have a picture outside my kitchen window as to what the property looked like. And they told the police officer that they were aiming at the pole, which is on my property. And I have the estimate for the damages done on the trailer. They start at $4,000 and going up for the internal damage of the property.
Just a minute. Police asked Spencer and Charles what happened. They told me they were throwing rocks at a power pole and they accidentally broke the window. Police are
Your
lying
Honor,
here?
There are two items in that report.
Just a minute. Are they lying in that line?
No.
So that the boys broke the window.
Your Honor, my boys were told that they were going to be taken to kid jail by the officer.
Oh, please.
Your Honor,
Oh, please.
My boys were threatened and told that they would go to kid jail for things and they could be put on...
Listen to me. You keep it making excuses for your children, and you're going to find as they grow older, because of what you did, they were able to sit there and lie like rugs.
Your
Look
Honor.
me square in the eye and say to me that they didn't do anything. And yet when the police interviewed them immediately afterwards, they said that they were throwing rocks at the power pole and accidentally broke a window. And now you're saying to me that it was all because she intimidated them, the police intimidated them, I intimidated them. And what I'm telling you is they were able to get over on you and have your full support, so they were able to sit there and lie to me. And if you don't nip it in the bud, mister, you're going to spend a lot of time in court with these two angel-faced boys. Do you understand?
Yes, I do.
Good.
Completely.
Now, My question to you, Miss Thrall, is you had had difficulty prior to this. Was the kids throwing rocks at your RV?
Yes, ma'am, ever since I moved in.
Okay. And not always these boys?
No.
So it was just this time you caught these boys?
Right.
Okay, and the boys admit that they broke the window?
Right.
Okay, so we have the damage to the window. Good. Let me see your estimate for the damage to the window.
I had caught the boys a few times prior to that and filed police reports, but they refused to do anything about it.
You mean these boys?
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor?
Boys?
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor, that
They
is not
tried
the
to talk
case.
me out of it, saying that the boys would be severely damaged if they happened to go to court and get reprimanded for it.
That's not the case.
The police department we had at the time, and their parents.
And I've since...
Just a minute. You've actually spoken to Mr. Salinas before?
Not him, his mother.
His mother?
Yes.
So his mother was taking care of the boys?
Yes, ma'am.
How many times prior to this incident was it these boys?
3 other times.
Okay, now
Your
let me
Honor,
see.
that's not the truth.
I don't know whether it's the truth or not. She says it is. You don't know. You weren't there. How much did you give her for the window that your boys broke?
Your Honor, I didn't give her anything. I offered
Right.
to take
You
care of
didn't.
it.
You never offered me a dime.
I don't think you ever did. I honestly don't believe you ever did.
Your Honor, I've also got, without knowing the exact make and model of the trailer, I did also get an estimate as well for the repair to the window.
And what did you get?
$88.28.
And how much is your
for the
estimate
window.
for the window?
Well, for the window, they damaged the outside of the RV as well as the inside from the water damage.
What water damage?
It has a nice little screen on the top of it. They pelted that real good and broke it, and the water got in there and damaged the inside of it. That's what some
Let
of
me
those
explain
pictures show.
something to you, madam. This is not a windfall for you. If there was water damage, you should have covered the window. Do you understand?
I did with a plastic
Good.
container.
Fine.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And later today,
So she had an accident with a jet ski with a boat that you also owned. So how could you sue her for any damages?
I know that she did not have permission to drive the jet ski.
Impossible. Didn't steal it. And you weren't there.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Deborah Thrall says 11-year-old Taylor Salinas and his brother, 9-year-old Spencer, damaged her RV by pelting it with rocks.
How old is this RV?
It's a 69 Beauvais.
Okay.
Bull Zero.
It's made out of solid metal.
It's 1969 RV. When was the last time you used it?
Last year.
Well, the date of this report was July 2001.
Yes.
So last year was 2002, so you used it in 2002.
I used it for a short time, for about a week.
Fine. Did you have the window fixed?
No, ma'am. They told me they had to special order it.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
Your Honor.
Mr. Rawl, let me explain something to you. I don't like tall tales no matter who tells them. I don't deal as much with it with adults because you're fully cooked. You're going to tell tall tales. I'm going to call them what they are. They're lies. Don't lie to me about any question that I ask you. If you lie to me, believe me, it doesn't serve you well.
Yes, ma'am.
You're not going to get anything close to what you're looking for.
All the damage that was done to that trailer was done by those boys.
No, I don't think so. I don't think that's true. I think
I
that
have
it's
a
probably an
witness
attractive nuisance.
May I show you some other pictures that I've taken, Your Honor?
Sure.
That show the exact state of the trailer. Ms. Thrall has also been in trouble with the Parma police for public nuisance in the garbage in the backyard. They've been asking her to clean it up.
Mr. Salinas, I'm interested in the damage that your sons did to her property. Okay. Stop making excuses and telling me that she leaves garbage out there when she shouldn't. That is nonsense. You want to show me pictures of the trailer?
Certainly.
I'll be happy to see them.
Excuse me, how'd you get on my property?
I wasn't on your
Just
property.
a second. Don't speak to him.
Sorry.
Along with that, Your Honor, I did approach 3 different RV dealers in town. I didn't know the exact make
There's
and
no
model.
question before you, sir.
Okay. I just wanted to clarify the pictures for you.
Well, it's clear to me that this is
If you
not
will-
worth a whole bunch of money.
If you will, the gas tanks on it and the tires, Your Honor, have been flat since it moved there. So I don't know how it could have been used.
Listen to me.
Your Honor.
I don't believe that the whole thing is worth more than a couple $100. She says to the police, she told me that the dents and windows cost approximately $200. That's what she told the police in July of 2001. Now she's suing for $4,000. I mean, she must be smoking something. She's going to get what she's going to get is $200, which is closer to the figure, because that's what she told the police. But that's what they're responsible for, judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $200. That's all.
What is our excuse? You may step out.
I think she probably got $200 too much, and she's making a history of doing these kinds of things.
He won't hold his kids accountable. They did all that damage to my trailer, and it was in perfect condition until they made it an object for abuse.
And the lesson has been learned. Throwing rocks can cause trouble. Malicious vandalism? No, and not intentional.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Searle versus Rourke. Step forward, please.
Retired police officer Jeffrey Searle is suing his daughter's former friend, 19-year-old student Sarah Rourke, for the cost to fix his boat and his jet ski.
Mr. Searle, do you have any witnesses here with you today?
No, Your Honor, I do not.
I ask you that question for a very good reason. According to what I've read, sir, you purchased a jet ski for your stepdaughter?
That's correct.
And it was delivered to a house that you have on the lake. And at the time, your stepdaughter was there, your wife was there, the defendant was there, a couple of other people. And then you left, that's what you told me in here, in order to go to take the person who had delivered the jet ski back to their lair, wherever they were going. And when you came back to the lake, you heard that the defendant had been on the jet ski, had an accident, and the jet ski was damaged. Is that right?
That is correct, Your Honor.
But you have no witnesses, sir, to testify as to what happened.
That's correct, Your Honor.
How do you plan to prove your case of negligence?
I do have an accident report from the investigating agency.
That doesn't help me. You have to come into court being prepared to prove your case. The defendant's position is she had an accident with this jet ski. She had your stepdaughter's permission to drive it, correct? Mm-hmm. Nobody's alleging that she stole it. Your wife was there. You weren't there, but your wife was certainly there and did nothing to prevent her from taking the jet ski. She had an accident, and the accident was with another vehicle. Is that right?
Yes.
What other kind of vehicle?
It was a boat.
And who owned the boat?
Jeff.
So she had an accident with a jet ski with a boat that you also owned. Who said it wasn't the boat's fault?
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
So, how could you sue her for any damages?
I know that I am aware that she did not have permission to drive the jet ski.
Impossible. She didn't steal it. And you weren't there. And I guarantee you, if your stepdaughter was there and her mother was there... By the way, who was the first person to drive the jet ski?
Kelly.
Kelly.
Yes.
The person who was given the jet ski as a gift.
Right.
And did you drive it second?
Yes. When
Kelly drove the jet ski, she went around the lake a couple of times?
Yes.
And then did she come back to the dock?
I'm not sure.
Well, something happened.
From what I was told,
I don't want you to tell me what you were told. She got on the jet ski. There's no question in my mind that she did not steal the jet ski. That what happened there was a whole bunch of people around. Your stepdaughter drove the jet ski. Then she said, "Can I drive it next?" And you're claiming that she didn't have real permission because your stepdaughter is underage. Is that right?
Well, partially. Also, my wife
continues in a moment.
Do you see your children now?
Every now and then. And when I go over there to see my kids, her mother comes out and stepfather and tries to kick my butt, so I got ex partes against them.
And later today...
Darian, I want you to come up here and sit up here and talk to me. Trouble. A handful.
Yes, thank you. I do know that.
A handful.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. 21-year-old Dora Speicher and her mother, Brenda Waters, are suing the father of Dora's children, Leonard Kiwi, for a loan to get his car fixed, the return of belongings, and pain and suffering.
Sounds to me as if he wasn't totally a bad guy. A little controlling, perhaps. You know you're a little controlling, Mr. Kiwi.
Yeah.
But it doesn't sound like he's a bad guy. He thought you were all family. He gave you $2,000 from his tax returns when you needed it. He didn't even ask to see the return of the money. You say you gave it to your daughter. She did whatever she wanted to do with it. She paid bills, she paid the rent, she did everything. She never showed it to him. And he was the only one working, right? So he was making a family. Just because they're no longer together and things aren't good anymore doesn't mean that you come to court over a pair of jeans that was in the laundry and fixing the truck so that your daughter would have a car and the boyfriend would have a car.
She never got the car.
Now, do me a favor. Do me a favor. I have other things to do today. You have a counterclaim?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, your counterclaim says that you don't see your children.
Yes.
That's your counterclaim.
Yes.
That's for a different court, sir.
Okay.
Are you in another court about seeing your children?
Yes.
Do you see your children now?
every now and then, but it's a very big hassle because they will not take my children to the designated spot because it is not in writing. So since it's not in writing, they make me go to their house, and they know I cannot go over there because I have an ex parte. And when I go over there to see my kids, they call the police. Her mother comes out and stepfather and tries to kick my butt. So I got ex partes against them as well, her mother and stepfather.
What arrangement? Uncross your arms. What arrangements have you made for Mr. Kiwi to see his children? Don't look over there.
We have called
Look over
him,
here.
and my sister calls him at work because I can't speak to him. Calls him at work, tells him to meet my dad up the road at a store called Clyde's. He always makes an excuse that his car's broke down. He doesn't have gas. He can't get to where it is. So my dad drives to Steve's, a gas station that's closer to him, and drops off the girls.
When was the last time he saw the children?
2 weeks ago. He's supposed to get them this weekend.
And before the last visitation, when was the last time he saw the children?
2 weekends before that.
Okay. Well, you're going to have to deal with the courts about that, Mr. Kiwi. You understand that?
Yes.
I suggest that you get whatever you need in writing, get it in writing. Do you understand?
Yes.
Very good. Okay. This case is going to be resolved this way. I want you to go into the laundry, and I want you to get her pair of jeans that she left there, put it in an envelope, and mail it back to her. Do you understand?
Yes.
Other than that, the case is dismissed. Goodbye.
Why is that excuse? You may step out.
He has tons of guns, and he had pulled them and threatened to shoot me before.
Oh, I never threatened to kill her with no guns.
If I would do my hair and makeup, I was trying to sleep with everybody.
Well, she had never worn makeup before ever in her life.
Told him I wasn't, but he didn't believe me.
And then she started wearing it to go to to bartend a party. What's that telling you?
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Johnson versus Jones. Step forward, please.
24-year-old Nicole Johnson is suing her neighbor, 23-year-old Sally Jones, for the cost to fix her car. Nicole claims Sally's son, 5-year-old Darian, scratched her paint job with rocks.
Miss Johnson, your complaint is that Miss Jones's son, that would be this little tyke over here, vandalized your car with some sort of an implement. You want her to pay for the damage. Miss Jones says, well, she's not sure if her son did it, and if he did it, he had an accomplice of similar age, and why aren't you suing the accomplice too? That's your defense.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, Miss Jones, let me ask you this question. If you believe that your son was responsible for part of the damage, you would acknowledge that and would be prepared to pay for part of the damage. Would that be a fair statement?
Yes, ma'am.
What proof do you have that Miss Jones's son, because you didn't see it, vandalized your car?
I have a witness who says she saw him do it.
Okay. When did this happen?
July 11th at approximately 7:30, 8 a.m.
And the witness that you had would be this little girl?
Mm-hmm.
And she's 5?
Yes.
Whose child is she?
One of our other neighbors. Her name's Angela Twyman.
And what's her name?
Michaela.
Michaela, would you like to come up and talk to me?
There you go. Okay. You all right? Okay.
Hi, Michaela. You know who I am? You don't know? Do you know why you're here? And you don't know why you're here. Who did you come with today? Oh, I see this is going to be interesting. Do you know this little boy? Is he a friend of yours? Do you know Miss Jones? Is she a neighbor of yours? Can you talk? Can you tell me your full name? Let me hear.
Michaela.
And what's your last name, Michaela?
Michaela and Twyman.
Do you want to talk to me about what happened with Miss Johnson's car? You want to tell me what happened? Okay, tell me what happened.
He spit on a car.
He spit on the car? Did you see him do that? Did you see him do anything else to the car, Michaela? What else did you see him do?
He scratched it.
What did he scratch it with?
A rock.
Did you see him with the rock in his hand? Did you have a rock in your hand? Was anybody else with him when he had the rock in his hand?
No.
But you're sure you saw him scratch the car with a rock? After you saw him scratch the car, Michaela, did you go and tell anybody? Who did you tell?
His parents.
His parents? Oh, did you tell them right away? Okay. You can go and sit down now. Thank you. So Michaela came and told you that about that?
No, ma'am.
She never came and told you about it?
No, ma'am.
Did she tell you?
I called. I assume that from the way the marks are, they're huge, just circles, scribbles, they're all at very low positions. I assumed it was a child, and I assumed that if I asked enough children, one of them would tell on the other. So I called her parents and I said, you know, later on today when the kids are home, please ask them if they saw anyone playing around Miss Nikki's car. And in the background, I could hear her say, I did, I saw Darian. And her mom said, well, will you do me a favor? Will you go outside and on Mommy's car, will you touch the spots that you saw him touching on Miss Nikki's car? And she said, okay. She's touching the hood, the driver's side door, and the passenger door on the same side as the driver's side. And she said, is that right? And I said, yeah, that's exactly where the damage is.
Tell me your name.
Darian.
Darian, I want you to come up here and sit up here and talk to me. Trouble. A handful.
Yes, thank you. I do know that.
A handful.
Okay. Tell the judge, okay?
Me and Michaela did it.
You and Michaela both did it? Well, tell me how that happened, Darian.
Me and Michaela had rocks.
Well, how many rocks did you have in your hand?
One.
And where did you get the rock from?
Off the ground.
And what about Michaela? Did she have a rock too?
Yeah.
So why did you decide to scratch Miss Johnson's car?
I don't know.
Well, does your mom have a car?
Yeah, gray.
Hmm?
Gray.
She has a gray car. Darian, if you saw children scratching your mother's car, would you be angry with them? Because that's not the right thing to do, right? And your mommy would be very upset that somebody scratched her car, wouldn't she? She would be sad. Are you ever going to do that again? Because you know you can get into trouble for doing that to other people's property, right? How many marks did you make on the car? And how many marks did Michaela make on the car? So you made more marks than Michaela. Did Michaela make bigger marks than you or littler marks than you? She made smaller marks than you. Show me with your hands how big were the marks that you made on the car. Big ones. And she made little ones. Is that right? She made little ones, and show me your size. The ones you made were bigger ones. Now, when your mom asked you about Miss Johnson's car, did you tell her the truth right away?
My dad.
You told your dad the truth right away? And what did you tell him?
I scratched it.
And when did you tell your mom and your dad that Michaela was there too?
I didn't tell him. I only told my dad.
When did you tell your dad that Michaela was there too? Did you tell him right away, or did you tell him later?
Right away.
Go and step down. I have a feeling he did a little more damage than Michaela did, but my sense is that Michaela was there. Made a few little marks. And in his own 5-year-old way, he really told me the truth about that, because I don't know how many scratches were on the car, but clearly he said he did more than she did. Mm-hmm. And when I asked him, you saw, how big were her scratches? He said, well, they were really teeny. Mine were bigger. Well, one gets the sense that at least he's telling the truth, that there was some co-participation.
And she said that she helped him wipe them off with the spit so that he wouldn't get into trouble. That's what she told her mom.
Oh, okay.
She said, I helped, he spit all over the car and I helped him rub them off, but they weren't coming off.
Okay. So you get it. Mm-hmm. Okay. So I think that Michaela's folks have to be responsible for some of the damage to the car.
I also have rental car receipts because they said it's going to take 4 to 5 days. So I have $182.04 because they won't do it on the weekend, not all of it, and I work about 45 minutes from home.
Okay.
So I have a rental car receipt for $182.04.
$422. That's half. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $422. Thank you.
Thank you.
Smart, but a handful, Miss Jones.
Thank you.
Well, I mean, it was...
Yeah, this is case number 478 on the calendar in the matter of Brinkington versus Whiteman.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Judge. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Folks, have a seat, please.
Miss Brinkington, the defendant is your daughter, and you claim a loan to her in the amount of $5,000 to pay off some bills that she had. Your daughter says that you never made a loan to her. You helped her out when she was in financial difficulty. She is counterclaiming, alleging that you made false reports to Child Protective Services about her, causing her to lose her teenage daughter for 6 months. She wants to be compensated. Tell me about when you made this alleged loan.
Well, the loan of $5,000 was made in the summer of 2004, and April came knocking, banging on my door.
Just a second.
You know, crying.
Listen to me, Miss Brinkington. What month in the summer of 2004?
It was May.
And your daughter came to your house and...
Yes, ma'am.
Go ahead.
She came to my house, tears dropping from her eyes. Oh, I got to see you, I got to see you, I got to see you, like that. And I didn't know what to think because my daughter has been estranged from me since 1977, and I never see her unless she wants to borrow money or something. And out of the clear blue sky she comes, and she's begging me and crying, and she says, my children are going to be on the street if you don't do something. You got to do something. Please do something. She says, if you will do something, she says, I would be the kind of daughter I should have been all those years. She's saying, if you'll do that, she says, I'll come and visit you. I'll send you Mother's Day, Christmas, birthday.
Miss
She's never done any of
Miss
that.
Brinkington. Your daughter, according to your complaint, needed money, and according to you, you paid some of her bills.
I have the canceled checks for that.
I'd like to see them.
Yes, ma'am. This is just the checks that I wrote.
It's the only thing I'm interested in. Where was your house located?
61.
Your house located.
in Rock Hill, South Carolina.
Who did you own the house with?
Myself.
Who held the mortgage?
Household mortgage.
They still hold the mortgage?
I ended up losing the house to foreclosure.
When did you lose the house?
In about October, November of 2004, I believe it was.
Your mother has checks here written out to household mortgage in the amount of $938.
Okay.
Would that be your mortgage?
I don't believe my mortgage was that high. I mean, I've had a lot of chaos in my life since that time, but I thought my mortgage was about 800 and something.
How many months were you behind in your mortgage when you came to your mother?
Probably about 2.
So you wrote these checks out for her, and what arrangements did she make to pay you back?
She wrote checks, post-dated checks, $210 a month to pay me back.
When she gave you the checks, did you deposit them right away?
No, ma'am. She asked me to hold them for 3 months.
Did you do that?
Well, see, Your Honor, unfortunately, April is a crack addict, and I was worried about the money. That's why I went ahead and cashed 2.
When she asked you to hold them for 3 months, and you said you would hold them for 3 months, you did not hold them for 3 months.
I waited for all but the one I have here. All but the first one.
Okay, I'm going to hear you.
I guess she's trying to humiliate me. First of all, I could submit to any kind of drug test today. I'm not a crack addict. I don't take drugs at all. And this is all part of the mental abuse and the stuff I've suffered my whole life. I'm tired. I'm tired of it. She gave me that money to help me. I'm tired of it. I've been through a lot. I've been through a lot with this woman. I've been through a lot of abuse. She's my mother. I shouldn't even be here, okay? I shouldn't even be here.
Miss Reitman.
I don't mean to cry. I'm upset. I mean, how could you even say that about your own daughter? First of all, it's not true.
Miss Reitman, let me ask you this question. Why would you give your mother a whole bunch of post-dated checks if you didn't intend to pay her back?
Because the reason I gave her the checks is she browbeat me and harassed me, would not leave my property. I had to call the police to get her removed from my property, and I did it out of duress. I was stressed out, and I wanted her to leave. And that's why I did it, and I shouldn't have done it.
Okay, but you did it.
I did.
Okay. So you wrote her out the checks, and that was your intention when you wrote her out the checks to pay her back. Okay. Now, let me get to your counterclaim, Miss Reitman. It is your claim. Put your hand down. Okay. It is your claim that your mother made false charges about you to Child Protective Services, and as a result of that, your teenage daughter was removed.
Yes, ma'am. She was.
How many children do you have?
These 2 right here.
These 2?
Yes.
You were removed from the house? The answer would be yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Stand up. When were you removed from the house?
Probably about my 7th grade year.
How long ago was this that you were removed from the house?
Probably about a year.
How old are you now?
15.
And how long did you stay in foster care?
Half a year.
Listen to me very carefully. When you were removed from the house, did you tell them that you wanted to go into foster care?
No, ma'am.
You did not. And where was your brother? Where were you?
I was out on my own, actually.
How old are you?
I'm getting ready to be 20.
How long have you been out of the house?
Well, I actually just moved back in, but probably about a couple of months to a year, something like that.
A couple of months is 2, a year is 12. How long had you been out of the house?
Maybe 5 or 6 months.
Where did you go?
I moved with my grandfather in Alabama. I stayed with him for a little bit.
Whose father is that?
Ma'am, when you want me to talk, I can tell you the truth.
He says he moved in with his grandfather.
Not true.
Is that your father's father or your mother's father?
It's sort of like my father's father. He's not.
I don't understand what that means, sort of like.
He's not actually his father, but he's a friend of the family.
So you moved in with a friend?
On my dad's side, yes.
Why did you leave home?
Because I didn't want to stay.
I don't hear you.
I didn't want to stay with my mother. I wanted to be on my own.
Sit down. You have the complaint that you filed with Child Protective Services, do you?
I have the notice of unfounded investigation where it was unfounded.
I'd like to see what you have.
All right.
But I do need to explain something when I get a chance. Okay.
April, what kind of treatment plan were you involved in?
Just different things that they did. They had me visitation. They had me assessed at Catawba Mental Health. I mean, just things like that.
Who's Gilbert?
That's the boyfriend of mine.
Well, as part of the plan, it says April is placed under affirmative duty. April, that's you, to have no contact with this man while Desiree, your daughter, is with her, and not to let him have any contact with her, and that includes phone calls. So evidently they found something that was untoward between your boyfriend and your daughter.
No, ma'am, they didn't. But I have gone back to court for that, and that has all been dismissed.
All right.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Don't make it any worse.
I'm not.
Do you understand?
I'm trying to make it better.
No, trying to make it better? I want to hear your version of making it better.
Yes, ma'am.
And later today,
Were your financial difficulties owing to your husband's gambling problem?
Yes, Your Honor.
What proof do you have that they took a camera when they moved out?
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Julie Brinkenton says her daughter, April Whiteman, owes for a loan to save her home from bank foreclosure. April is countersuing, claiming her mother filed a false report with Child Protective Services.
Miss Reitman, you have no case against your mother because the Child Protective Services report does not indicate that they found that there was no abuse and neglect. They decided to not pursue it after having you and your daughter under their supervision for at least 6 months. So it's not that they ruled that there was no abuse or neglect going on in your house. They found that your 15-year-old daughter could go home if you did certain things and cooperated, which, according to you, you did. So that doesn't mean that the reports were unfounded at all. That means that you did, at least according to them, what Child Protective Services told you had to do in order to have your daughter come back to you, which is a far cry from nothing was going wrong in your house. Do you understand?
I understand.
Good. Okay, you owe your mother $4,200. Don't say anything else. Listen to me very carefully. She's still your daughter, still your granddaughter, and still your grandson. They are still part of your family. I believe that your daughter... listen to me. I believe that your daughter was probably under some stress, whether it was drug-induced, there was mental health issue, or whatever it was. It was your understanding that you were going to be paid back.
Yes,
you weren't paid back. You have a right to be paid back. But don't say anything else. Don't make it any worse.
I'm not.
Do you understand?
I'm trying to make it better.
No.
I do have one thing to say. Yeah.
You're trying to make it better? I want to hear your version of making it
Yes,
better.
ma'am. I'm not wanting to be here. I'm in a sad situation to be here, but my main thing, April is a drug addict since teenage years. I would like to get her some help.
Listen to me. I can't help her. And what I'm telling you is that's not helpful. If I cannot order her to do something, you're making that statement is not helpful.
I thought maybe you could get her a drug test.
Well, I'm not going to get her a drug test.
Okay.
Right now, she has one minor child living in the house, but that minor child looks pretty savvy. She has a 20-year-old who's living in the house. And if between the 20-year-old who's living in the house and her teenager who's living in the house, they can't convince their mother, if she needs help, to get help, I certainly am not going to be able to do it. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $4,200.
Thank you, Judge Judy.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
In a perfect world, I'd like to see her never talk to me again.
My prayer would be that April would see that I love her.
I've been hurt my last time by her. I'm tired. I just want to be left alone.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Lalande versus Elliott, come forward.
Deanna Lalande is suing her former friends, Rick and Lynn Elliott, for unpaid rent, a stolen camera, and for ruining her credit. Deanna says she was trying to help the couple get back on their feet.
I want you to switch places with your husband, please, Miss Elliott. Okay. Thank you. According to your complaint, Miss Lalande, you and Mrs. Elliott had been friends and co-workers.
Yes, exactly.
And there came a time when she called you and told you that her family was having some financial difficulties.
Exactly.
Were your financial difficulties owing to your husband's gambling problem?
Yes, Your Honor.
And she allowed you to move into her home?
Yes, Your Honor.
With your husband and your 2 children?
Yes.
Okay. Anyway, your lawsuit claims that they owe you some money for rent.
Correct.
And that they stole a camera when they left.
Yes.
And you want a little bit of money for aggravation.
Absolutely. Ruined my credit. Almost lost my house.
And Mr. and Mrs. Elliott say that they're paid up in rent. They didn't steal anything from your house, and they're counterclaiming because they say that because of your actions, they had substantial moving expenses that they ordinarily wouldn't have, which comes under the category of the ultimate chutzpah, or no good deed goes unpunished.
Absolutely.
Okay. Did you lose your apartment? Is that what happened?
We did not lose our apartment, Your Honor. We moved into a house with a friend.
When you moved into her house, you had to move in from a house or an apartment?
From Anthony's house. We moved out of our apartment to Anthony's, and then we called up Deanna, and
Well, what happened at Anthony's house?
just didn't work out.
How long did you stay there?
Not more than probably a month or two, couple months.
Were you paying him rent?
Yes, we were.
How much?
I think for Anthony, we paid $100 a month.
How do you know this man?
He was a coworker.
What kind of work do you do?
I'm a bus supervisor.
What kind of gambling problem do you have?
Don't feel I have it now, but then I just frequented the casino and spent money I shouldn't have spent.
When you say you don't feel as if you have it now, you still go to the casino?
No, I've quit.
Oh.
And that's, I'm guessing, a good 8 months ago.
Okay. In what month did they move in with you?
In July of 2005.
And when did they move out?
The last day was March 28, 2006.
So they stayed with you a long time.
Absolutely. Should have been 2 weeks.
Is that what she originally said?
Originally that was agreed upon.
Okay. When did you ultimately make your first financial arrangement with them?
It was within a couple days. We kind of discussed it, and I didn't know an amount to come up with. I've never been in this situation, and so I thought, a fair amount would be $100 every 2 weeks.
Okay, and did they pay that?
Yes, they did.
Starting when?
It was about 2 weeks later.
Okay, go ahead.
When they moved in with me, they said it might be a week or two before we can get our own place, an apartment. But because of their credit, they were unable to do so. And then they later asked, well, can we stay a little bit longer? Okay, and I didn't know. We're still, new into the year. And as winter approached, I became behind in my bills. Even at one point, she called me to ask me, did you forget to pay the TV bill? No, I didn't forget. I didn't have the money.
What bills increased?
My electric bill, substantially. My water bill increased. The garbage was the same because Mr. Elliott would remove the garbage to work.
Okay, so the electric bill and the water bill.
Yes.
Okay, so at some point you told them that they had to start paying additional rent.
Absolutely, after speaking with the judge with my divorce.
Because your husband told the judge that she has boarders, and you said they're giving me $100 every 2 weeks, $50 a week, and the judge said that's ridiculous. If you're having boarders, well, I'm going to reduce your spousal support because that you should be charging them money because that's income. So you came home and you told, I got it.
Right.
Came home and you said you got to stop paying me more money. What happened?
They accepted that from the beginning.
Okay, that was in December.
Yes, absolutely.
Fine. What happened next?
Several months went by, and come February, they shorted me by $40 on one paycheck. Instead of $250, they gave me $210, said that they would pay me back later. Then come March 23rd, I came home from seeing my fiancé and came home to a letter stating they could not pay me that paycheck, and they would not be able to pay me again until April 13th payday, which was, of course, 3 weeks later, not 2 weeks later. Mind you, I still needed to pay my bills that had accrued during those weeks.
Why couldn't you pay her that money during that period of time?
Your Honor, we were giving her money for utilities. That was the agreement.
How much were you giving her?
$250 every 2 weeks.
$250 every 2 weeks, or $500 a month. Still a bargain. That included your rent, that included your utilities.
But the money wasn't going towards the utilities.
What difference does that make to you? The utilities weren't in your name.
She got past due notices taped to the door saying they were going to shut off the water.
That has nothing to do with you. My question to you was, why did you tell her you weren't going to pay her in March?
Because we wanted to go back to the $200 a month instead of increase it because her divorce didn't go well. She says, now I need to charge you guys the difference of why my spousal support.
Just a second. So that's why you didn't pay her?
No, that's not why. We said, we have no place to go. Our rental history was shaky. We were worried about getting another place. It was convenient where we were at. We admit that. So we said, okay, we'll pay the $500. No contract.
Listen, Mr. Elliott, we're past that already. Okay. I got that you were paying her $500. I said to you, why did you stop paying her in March? And you said, because it's not our fault that her divorce decree didn't go well. Is that the reason you stopped paying her in March?
Yes, that was part of it.
Yes, well, you have to pay her.
Okay.
You have to pay her. So
We
you owe
paid
for
her.
rent. Quiet! Now, let's talk about the camera. What proof do you have that they took a camera when they moved out?
Besides Shahid Stevens, my witness, they were the only other one that knew about these cameras. They were hidden underneath of a quilt rack in my bedroom.
Listen to me. If the only evidence that you have with regard to the camera is because they were the only ones there, that's not sufficient evidence for me to find them responsible for the camera being gone. So they owe you for rent. And unfortunately, in this country, you don't get punitive damages for aggravation, the fact that you allowed them to move into your home, and because they used a lot of electric, a lot of water, a lot of heat, you almost lost your house. You should have kicked them out in August. Because you had a good heart, you let them stay. But when I say no good deed goes unpunished, this is a perfect example. Okay, so they have to pay you for the rent, which is $266. You really want to talk to me about moving expenses?
Not sure now, Your Honor.
Yeah,
I've heard
absolutely right.
she's lied 80% of what she's told you, but I
Let
can't.
me explain something to you, sir. You and your wife took advantage of this lady because if you think that $50 a week, which is what you were paying her,
I understand.
okay, so you are in effect paying her nothing. And the reason you put your family in this situation is because you had a gambling addiction. But for your gambling addiction, you would not have had a problem. Your wife would not have to be humiliated. Your children would not have been upset, moved from one place to another because of your problem. And here you have a perfect stranger, not your sister, not your mother, but a perfect stranger who you tapped into because you got thrown out of the last place where you were sponging. And instead of staying with her for a few weeks, you stay with her for 9 months, and then you have the audacity to sue her for moving expenses when she got angry because you were being a bully. You were bullying her in her own home, which is exactly what you were doing. I read the complaint, and after seeing you, Mr. Elliott, there is no question in my mind that you were trying to bully her like you bully your wife. Guarantee you, sir, it didn't work with her. It doesn't work with me. You owe her the rent. Your counterclaim's dismissed. Step out.
What is our excuse when they step out?
He yelled at me in the hall and started threatening me.
Anna lied probably a good.
That's case number 529 on the calendar in the matter of Paternity versus Schnell. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated, sir. Have a seat.
Mr. Paternini, according to your complaint, it is your belief and your claim that the defendant caused substantial damage to buildings of yours.
Yes, Your Honor.
With his vehicle.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Schnell says he didn't do it. So, first, when was the damage to your buildings?
December 6th of last year, Your Honor.
What kind of buildings were there?
It was a fenced-in area where I keep some construction material and a metal building, a steel building. I drew a diagram, if I could show you that.
First, I'd like to see the damage done to the buildings. You have photographs?
Yes, ma'am.
There wasn't a tornado in your area, was there?
Not at that time, Your Honor.
No. And when you left, you said it was December of 06. What date in December?
December 6th.
On the 5th, were you at the building?
Yes, ma'am.
Building's okay?
It was fine when I left around 6 p.m.
Fence was okay?
Yes, everything was okay. No tornadoes that night.
So now I see the damage. How much in dollars was the damage that was
I estimated
caused?
around $4,600, Your Honor.
How do you get to that estimate, Mr. Patterson?
I'm a licensed contractor. I brought a copy of my contractor's license. And I actually believe I estimated it low since I can do most of the work myself.
You have to replace the fence in the shed?
Yes.
Okay. Now you're going to try to explain to me, since I gather from your papers you did not see Mr. Schnell.
That's correct.
Cause this damage. What evidence do you have that he caused the damage?
Well, Your Honor, can I show you at first what I thought happened to the property?
No, don't tell me what you thought. I'm not interested in what you thought.
Okay, the reason I think it was Mr. Snell is when he hit the concrete sidewalk here, he blew out a tire. Left gouge marks on the concrete, knocked down all of this, and there was gouge marks all along the property, and we followed the gouge marks down here, and I could actually see where the gouge marks on the road.
You mean the gouge marks on the road from being driven on the tire rim?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Got it.
He turned up, I could see where they crossed the street and turned up 90th Avenue. At the time I was looking, a friend of mine and his son came down.
It's hearsay.
Okay. Well, I think that's a key evidence, Your Honor, that someone told
Well, I don't
us.
care if it's key evidence or not, sir. That's hearsay. What somebody else told you, an out-of-court statement, is not admissible in court for the truth of that statement. So right now, you're following the gouge marks.
Yes, Your Honor.
Go ahead.
Okay, at that point, the police went up this street. I didn't go.
You did not go with them?
No, I didn't. They went past this house, down here where they found Mr. Snell's vehicle.
Just a second. Only if you have a police report that indicates that.
I do have a police report,
I'd like
Your
to
Honor.
take a look at the police report that indicates that. Police observe in their report that the damage appears to have been done by somebody doing donuts on the property with their car and lost control and struck the concrete pad, causing the right front tire to blow out, which caused damage to the rim. And then the writer observed pieces of the rim on the concrete pad. The writer observed gouge marks in the concrete from the broken rim. Then it ran into a chain link fence, Ryder recovered various pieces from the rim and also the passenger's side mirror and what appeared to be a fog lamp. Then the police found the defendant's car, Mr. Schnell. That would be you.
Yes, ma'am.
Stand up on your own 2 feet.
Yes, ma'am.
And found that the mirror that was located at the location matched that of the subject vehicle. Coincidence.
Big coincidence, Your
Speak
Honor.
not!
Yes, ma'am.
And the writer, that would be the police, also observed that pieces of the rim that were found at the incident location also matched that of the subject's vehicle. That would be you.
My turn?
Look at me. Look at me.
Yes, ma'am. I was just
I don't
gonna
want
grab...
you to look down at anything.
Oh, no. I was just grabbing the pictures. I have evidence also. There's no way that my Jeep could have done that damage to his property, ma'am.
What kind of car do you... Put it down. What kind of car do you have?
98 Jeep Grand Cherokee.
How much did you pay for it?
About $5,000.
Did you take good care of the car?
Oh, no, ma'am. I did not.
So you acted irresponsibly towards the car.
Oh, I did.
Where did you
Yes,
get the $5,000 from to buy the car?
ma'am.
Don't look over there.
Yes, ma'am. I just gotten off a deployment, ma'am, from Iraq, so I had a lot of money in the bank.
Go ahead.
Okay. Well, about a day prior to the incident, ma'am, I had totaled my Jeep. I was driving along the road. I was speeding like...
Just a second.
Yes, ma'am.
Day before,
Yes, ma'am.
you totaled the car.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me how you did that.
My tire...
Look at me.
Yes, ma'am. My tire blew out, and I went
Which tire?
My right front tire, ma'am.
Right front tire blew out.
Yes, ma'am.
How did it blow out, Mr. Schnell?
I don't know how it blew out, ma'am.
Right front tire blew out, and?
I went crashing into trees. I got pictures here that shows the trees that I crashed into.
I'd like to take
shows
a
the
look.
brake marks.
I'd like to take a look at the tree you crashed into.
Yes, ma'am.
And that wasn't anywhere near his building, was it?
Oh, no, ma'am.
Good.
You look at the pictures, you won't see a building around it.
And I want to see the car.
Yes,
You
ma'am.
took pictures
Yes, ma'am.
of the tree. Very nice. And now I want to see a picture of the car. Totaled undrivable?
Oh, yes, ma'am. It was completely undrivable.
Completely.
Yes, ma'am. Well, it would start, ma'am, but...
Don't speak. I have questions.
Yes, ma'am.
So you went into a tree. How far away from where you live?
A couple miles, ma'am. About 2 or 3.
Would it be anywhere in this area that's on the bottom?
I can show you on the map, ma'am.
Sure.
It would be out this way if the map extended further.
Okay, good. So it would be all the way over there.
Yes, ma'am.
And how did the car get back to your house?
I rode it home on the rim, ma'am.
I thought you told me that it was not drivable, sir.
It was...
Listen to me. You just told me a moment ago, Mr. Schnell,
Yes, ma'am.
that the car was not drivable.
Not safely drivable anyway, ma'am.
Mr. Schnell, this is not going to go well for you, sir.
Oh, no, no, ma'am, it will
It
because...
is not going to go well for you. So you went into this tree,
Yes, ma'am.
and this undrivable car all of a sudden became drivable enough for you to drive it home
Well,
on the
Limpet
rim.
Home's more like it, ma'am.
No. You either call for a tow or you call the police.
The way I
that's what
figured
you
it is
do.
if I called the police and I filled out an accident report and everything and go back to my insurance company and most of those damages on there, I can just get the parts from a junkyard or something and fix it
Now,
cheaper
one
than
of the
deductible
things
would
that
be.
was damaged on your car, sir, is a side view mirror that's missing.
Yes, ma'am. I'm not
Just a sec. I'm speaking. A side view. So far, does it look as if I need your help?
I have some other pictures I want to show you, Your Honor.
I'm not finished with him yet.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
There is no way that I could have drove that car that night because the tire was already blown out.
That's if I believe that you went into a tree the day before. That's if I believe that, sir. You're starting out with a premise that is not necessarily true.
And later today,
Why did you stop payment on the check?
She was in an abusive relationship. Her boyfriend would come over, get high, smoke weed, hit on me. We got into a physical altercation, and I decided this was the last straw.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Tony Paternetti claims Jason Schnell vandalized his place of business when he recklessly drove a vehicle onto the property.
So far we have a right front tire
Yes, ma'am.
that matches the right front tire at his place of business, and a side view mirror also found at his place of business, also missing from your car.
Yes, ma'am.
Coincidence.
I'm
I'm
not-
speaking coincidence. Either it's a coincidence or it's on purpose.
It's coincidence, ma'am.
Coincidence.
Yes, ma'am.
We also have a fog lamp.
Yes, ma'am.
Also missing from your car.
I'm not
No.
disputing that my car is trash, ma'am.
Just answer my question.
Yes, ma'am. Also missing.
That the police found on his property.
Yes, ma'am. Also, if you look at that picture, though, ma'am, did they find my bumper on his property?
Just a second.
Did they find anything
let
else
me
that was
explain
missing from the
something
car,
to you,
ma'am?
sir. I don't answer your question.
Yes, ma'am.
That is not my job.
Yes, ma'am.
At what rank did you leave the military?
Lance Corporal, ma'am.
What was a step above Lance Corporal?
Corporal.
Corporal. And above that?
Sergeant.
Did you speak back to your sergeant?
I did
not
when
if
I
you
was right,
wanted to
ma'am.
live, right?
I did when I was right, ma'am.
Well, maybe that's why you chose not to make the Army a career.
Marine Corps, ma'am.
So now we have the coincidence of right front tire, side view mirror, and fog lamp, all retrieved at his place of business after the police, according to this, followed the rim marks back to your house.
There is no way that I could have drove that car that night because the tire was already blown out.
That's if I believe that you went into a tree the day before. That's if I believe that, sir. You're starting out with a premise that is not necessarily true.
I have a witness that can say for sure that my Jeep was wrecked on the night in question.
You mean that's him?
Yes, ma'am.
If I were to call you up here, would you tell me that the Jeep was wrecked the day before?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yeah, right. Now, when you got home, just for my own curiosity, when you got home on the 5th after you wrecked this vehicle and you live with your... Look at me. With him? I'm asking you a question.
Oh, me, ma'am? I
Yeah.
thought you were talking to him again.
No,
Sorry
my
about that.
eyes look at the person I'm talking to.
Yes, ma'am. No, I live at home, ma'am, with my family.
With your family?
Yes, ma'am.
Mother and father?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you provide the police with your mother and father's name so that they could confirm the story that you told about your car being damaged the day before? The answer is either yes or no.
No, ma'am.
Now I'll see your pictures.
Thank you. These are actual police photographs, Your Honor, when the police went to his house. And these photos are still in evidence that show the fog lamp in question and the mirror and some parts for the rim
I'd like to see
that the police matched to the vehicle. And I've also found more pieces on my property since I've been doing the cleanup.
Okay, just a second. So the mirror that was found, which is primarily what I'm looking at, the paint is the same color as his car.
Yes, Your Honor.
Let's see what else we have. So we have
you
right
can see-
front tire, side view mirror, the same color as the side view mirror would have been from his car.
Yes, Your Honor.
All found on your property.
Yes, Your Honor.
What kind of work do you do now, Mr. Schnell?
I'm unemployed, ma'am,
How long have you been unemployed?
since end of November.
Why?
Unemployment pays better than Walmart.
So your parents just let you sort of hang around after you... When did you come out of the service?
My EAS was November 26th.
Of 06?
Yes, ma'am.
So you stayed home December, January, February. At this point, it's time for you to get into gear, right?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
First, you pay him the money that you owe him, $4,600. Judgment for the plaintiff, that's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I never even met him before this. I don't think he did it to me on purpose.
The accident that I had
I feel bad for him. He just got back from Iraq,
did go past his property.
serving our country, which I thank him for.
I did have a witness stating that that Jeep was totaled.
Maybe he was out celebrating, but that's the wrong way to celebrate.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of King versus Moses. Step forward.
23-year-old Erin King is suing her former roommate, 21-year-old Avian Moses, for stopping payment on a rent check. Avian claims Erin kicked her out after 2 weeks of living together.
Ms. King, the defendant was your roommate for a short period of time. It is your claim that she moved out after an argument that you had, and she put a stop payment on her rent check.
Yes.
You want your rent.
Right.
And the defendant says that you kicked her out of the apartment, and therefore she doesn't have to pay you any rent. Ms. Moses, you moved into Ms. King's apartment?
Yes, ma'am.
When?
I moved in approximately August the 4th, I believe, around the beginning of August.
Was it August 4th?
August 5th.
And you knew each other before?
Yes, we did.
Through college.
What was the rental arrangement?
The rental arrangement was that we would both split the rent equally, $305, including utilities. She was supposed to pay me on the 3rd.
Can't.
Okay.
You can't. Unless, of course, she changed the locks.
Yes, that's exactly what she did.
When did you change the locks?
I changed the locks on the 14th. That was because she had been going through my belongings. She had actually
That's a lie.
stole from...
Just a second. You can't change the locks and ask for rent at the same time.
Well, I actually changed the locks after she did the stop payment on the check. After they gave me the check back from the bank, I went to the
That's
bank
not correct.
on the 11th. They told me at the bank I need to take this check back to Ms. Moses. They couldn't tell me why because it was concerning her account. After I left the bank, I said, Avian, I just left the bank. They gave me the check. She said, I'm not paying you anything. I'm moving out.
That's not correct.
And so after that, I later discovered that she had been in my room while I was out of the apartment.
Ms. King, can't have it both ways. If you change the locks on the apartment, making it impossible for her to come back to the apartment, you can't charge her for rent for the entire month.
She did come back to the apartment. After we got into the argument on that Sunday, the police came.
Who called the police?
She did. Even though she started the altercation, she was threatening me with an alcohol bottle, saying that she was going to hit me upside my head with it. While the police was there, I said, it's fine. She can stay, for the next 3 weeks. It won't be any problems. She left that Sunday. She actually came back that Monday and spent the night, even after she told me that she was moving out, and she had started to move her stuff out.
When did she finally move the last bit of property out of the house?
She didn't finish moving out because after I had the locks changed, I called her and I let her know that I had the locks changed and to call me and make arrangements to get the rest of her belongings. I guess she was angry because I had the locks changed, and she said, well, you're stealing my property. She was with her mother. I said, no, you can come in and get your stuff. I even gave her mother a futon cover that was in the living room and a financial aid paper. I guess, it has her financial information. I kept telling them, please come in and get the rest of your stuff. I even, gave them that. I wasn't.
When did she take it out, or did she still not?
She left after I gave her mother the futon cover and the Norfolk State financial aid booklet. They said, we don't want the rest of the stuff. We're leaving, and they left it. And so she left a bed, a dresser,
Did you leave a bed and a dresser there?
Yes.
Ma'am, because yes, I did, because she wouldn't allow me to get it. She changed the locks.
Listen to me. You didn't sue her, did you, for your stuff?
Yes, I did. The court ordered her to give it back to me, and I didn't get it back until January the 1st of 2007.
Oh, so you did sue her. This is
Yes,
not
I
the
did.
first time you've been in small claims court.
No, ma'am.
You're only entitled to half a month's rent. Change the locks, but you're entitled to half a month's rent. $150, $250.
Okay.
Right? That's what your half a month's rent is.
Yes.
And that's what you offered to pay her.
Yes, I did. She said she
$150,
didn't want it.
$250. Absolutely right. That's all. Judgment for the plaintiff.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I'm happy with the...
In the matter of McManus versus Leal. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Sir, have a seat.
All right, Mr. McManus, it is your claim that the defendant, Mr. Leal, owes you, really you and your wife, for 2 loans that you made to him during the course of his relationship with your daughter.
Correct.
One was for $1,500 towards the purchase of a car for him.
Yes.
The second was $125 that he needed because he was short of rent, and he called you and asked you for the money. Mr. Leal says that you generously agreed to help him buy this car, and it was a gift. The $1,500 was a gift, and as was the $125 that you gave him towards the rent. Mr. Leal is counterclaiming because he says when he attempted to break off the relationship with your lovely daughter, she threw a hissy fit and broke a whole bunch of his property. Yes. Correct, sir? I'm going to start with you. When were you and Elizabeth dating?
January, I believe.
Of what year?
Was it 2003?
Elizabeth, when?
It was in March of 2003.
March.
And there was a time that you lived together. Would you tell me when that was?
After dating there, we actually both moved to Michigan, where I went to school at, and Mr. McManus wasn't too happy there.
Oh, this is a whole saga here. When did you live together, Mr. Leal?
But I moved down, and that was in January, I believe.
2004?
Yes.
Now, you didn't have a car.
No.
You were sharing a car with Elizabeth?
Yes.
You wanted your own car, and you approached your parents.
Mm-hmm.
And they agreed to give you how much money?
They gave me about $3,900.
Go ahead.
I found a car that was well decently priced for $4,900.
You saw a car for $4,900.
Mm-hmm.
All you had was $3,900.
Mm-hmm.
So what did you do, Gilbert?
I didn't really think twice about it. At the time, I didn't really find anything that was working with $3,900.
Life is very short.
Right.
And I have a lot of work to do.
Right.
So, you have $3,900.
Mm-hmm.
The car you want is $4,900.
Mm-hmm.
What did you do?
Well, we were living together, like you already know. the time, me and Elizabeth kind of briefly discussed it a little bit, but it still wasn't anything, you know, too serious. So her dad approached me with helping me.
Gilbert, at some point you had to call Mr. McManus and say, I have $3,900. The car I want is $4,900. Can you help me out?
Right.
So, I don't want to put words in your mouth. That's not what I do. How did the McManuses find out that the car you sought exceeded your bank account?
Through Elizabeth.
Did you discuss with your parents the fact that his eyes were bigger than his stomach?
Yes, Your Honor, and there was a...
Just a second.
Okay.
So he told you, and you went to your parents.
Uh-huh. He also spoke to my parents.
Just a second. Who went there first, Elizabeth?
Me. Okay.
And what did you say to mother and or father?
I told them that Gil had backed my car into someone else's car in a Taco Bell parking lot and took off paint that he said he was going to pay for, and that the whole car situation wasn't working out, and he needs a car so he can get to work and I can do my thing. Can you...
That's what you told your parents?
Yes.
Can you what?
Can you help him out by giving him a loan?
Who did you discuss it with, your father or your mother?
My mom.
What did your mother say?
We had offered to loan Gil the money well before he found the car, and then they moved down here and he found the car, and then Elizabeth called and said, you know, he could really use that help of that loan that you had offered him, because the car that he wants is $5,000 and his parents was able to give him $3,500. And so we gave Gil a loan for $1,500.
That was in February of 2004?
Yes.
Now, when did you break up?
March 14th, 2004.
So, a couple of weeks later, right? But there was a second loan. What was the second loan about?
Well, before they moved down, I had told him that if he needed help making the rent, food, whatever, to cover his share, if he were to advise me if he was in any problem, that I would be willing to help. He called me directly on the phone, said he was short of the rent. I knew that she didn't want to hear about that problem because she was struggling to make up her
So
end
you
of
gave
it.
him $125.
On the condition he'd pay me back when his first time he got paid, which would have been within 10 days, as I remember it. I've never heard from him since.
Now, a couple of weeks later, you decided you wanted out of this relationship. Tell me why.
We had been arguing pretty much when we moved in. It was just tough on us. I wasn't working full time, and she then started talking with her ex-boyfriend and different things like that, and disregarded our relationship altogether. I said it wasn't going to work out, so
Now let's
I
get to your
decided to move.
counterclaim, Gilbert.
Well, counterclaim was that day that I moved out that night. She decided to help me move by breaking my stuff and throwing it at me. On top of that, I had two items that were very close to me and very personal to me that she threw and lost.
Allow me to intervene if I may. If I could be so bold, Judge.
You can't.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
You double lock the door from the inside.
Mm-hmm.
Nasty. Take your hands off your hip.
Sorry. Yes, I agree. That was nasty. And he said, I'm leaving. And I snapped.
And later today,
You have a drug problem?
No, ma'am.
So then why weren't you working?
We were working. It
Well,
was
two
just
people working, it would seem to me you could have some sort of place for your children.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Elizabeth McManus and her parents, Rich and Manon McManus, claim Elizabeth's ex-boyfriend, Gilbert Layell, owes for a loan to buy a car and unpaid rent.
Go ahead. We did have a big fight. And what he's referring to is that he left the apartment for 2 hours. Didn't tell me where he was going. Nothing. And I ended up locking the doors on him, and I went to bed. And so whenever he came back, he's pounding on the door, and I wasn't going to let him in because...
You mean you double locked the door from the inside?
Mm-hmm.
Nasty.
I was trying to do that. Yeah,
Take your hands off your hip.
Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I agree. That was nasty. I was trying to show him that don't just leave me for hours and don't tell me where you go. So what I'm trying to get at is that he came in the house, and it ended up that he said, I'm sick of this. I'm leaving. And I snapped. Your Honor, I was very upset because we have this agreement to be living together, and he's trying to bail on me. So I said, I will help you move out. and I took his things, and I went like that, and the rock he was referring to and an angel that were important to him, the last I ever saw those items were on the bed.
What did you break, Elizabeth?
I don't believe I broke anything.
You were throwing his stuff.
I shoved it off the table. I didn't, throw it as like launching it at him.
You didn't pick up my glasses and throw them at me, crush them and throw them at me?
I tossed things across the room.
Elizabeth, now your brother is dying to say something. Was he there that evening?
He was not there that fight.
Mr. McManus, you want to say anything?
Yeah, briefly, when
Well, then
Gil,
stand up.
Stand up by me, honey.
when Gil was moving out the final time, he was fully packed, and at no point did I witness any destructive act.
Well, your sister already has told me that she threw his stuff around, right? So you're not going to say she
certainly can't
didn't
dispute that.
because she couldn't. Good.
But I don't believe that it was a result in any destructiveness, meaning his items at no point, to my observations, were broken as a result of any arguable tantrums.
Good.
May I say something, Your Honor?
Yes.
When Elizabeth and Gil came home, and Elizabeth found out about the $125, what came out was, Mom, he wasn't short $125. He's still short $200 for the rent. I have a hole in my wall. I have a hole in my door because he's gotten upset and he's creating damage. And I said to Elizabeth at that time, he can't stay. I don't mind supporting you. You're my daughter. I'm not going to support your boyfriend.
I got it. I got it. One of the problems is your husband, behind his daughter's back, had a conversation with Gilbert. He was well-meaning, but he said to Gilbert, look, so you're going to be short. If you're short, you let me know because I'll help you out. I can understand why Elizabeth was annoyed because he's supposed to be taking care of business and he wasn't taking care of business. Right, Elizabeth?
Yes, and...
All right. But I'm going to tell you something that you said to me. It was really kind of stupid. And that is, if he decided to move out because you weren't getting along, why you lost your temper, I don't know. I would have thrown him a party. Not thrown his things, I would have thrown him a party. And you really had no right to lock him out of the apartment because irrespective of where he got the money, he was paying rent. Now, Gilbert, your parents love you?
Yes.
Is that why they were helping you with your money?
Yes.
Mr. McManus doesn't love you. And the reason he was helping you was because of his daughter, not because of you. He doesn't care whether he doesn't see you starting today until hell freezes over. Now, are you a moral person, Gilbert?
Yes, Your Honor.
Excuse me, I'm going to sneeze.
Bless you.
Thank you. You see, now, if I was superstitious, I would say, when you sneeze after you say something, it's because you're telling the truth. So Mr. McManus really doesn't care whether he sees you from today until hell freezes over.
Elizabeth McManus and her parents, Rich and Manon McManus, claim Elizabeth's ex-boyfriend, Gilbert Layell, owes for a loan to buy a car and unpaid rent.
Are you working now, Gilbert?
Yes, ma'am.
How did you get to work last week?
Another car that I own.
When did you sell the Camaro, Gilbert?
No, I didn't sell the Camaro yet. But
Where
I'm
is
going
it?
to. It's in my possession.
What kind of car did you buy, Gilbert?
Just another commute car, like a little Civic.
Why would you do that, Gilbert?
I planned on selling the Camaro, so I needed something that was a little less. The Camaro was giving me a lot of problems as far as...
Well, I hope that you sell it for at least $1,500, Gilbert.
I hope.
Because you owe the McManuses $1,500. I'm surprised at you, sir. I'm really surprised that you committed yourself to another car that you purchased and paid for while still having the old one and didn't have the good judgment and the moral compass to say, these people were nice to me, and I'm going to see to it that they get their money back. The $125 for rent, sir, that's your problem. Put your hand down. That's your problem. You offered, he accepted, you gave him $125. Don't do it again. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,500, which is the amount of money that you loaned him for the car. Now, as far as your personal property is concerned, Gilbert, you have photographs of the personal property that she destroyed?
No, I don't.
You have bills and receipts for the personal property she destroyed?
No, ma'am.
Well, I can't help you, sir. Thank you. That's all. Counterclaims dismissed.
Thank you.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I felt that I shouldn't have to pay $2,000 for a rock and a stone, especially to a pathological liar like he is.
The only thing I really cared about was my family things that were handed down to me.
What upset me was that he lied to them.
Well, after everything was broken, I didn't really care.
He took advantage of me too. I could go on, but that'd take all day.
She just was upset that I do that.
I think she's come away a little wiser for it.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Plaster versus Deal. Step forward, please.
Homemaker Shirley Bonnie Plaster is suing her former friend, 25-year-old homemaker Tamara Deal, for unpaid child care fees. Tamara says Bonnie agreed to take her children so they wouldn't have to live in a gang-infested neighborhood.
Ms. Plaster, it is your claim that the defendant, who has 3 children, owes you for child care. Her children lived with you for a period of time. She gave you some money, but you still claim she owes you $1,500.
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Deal says she owes you nothing because of one of 2 things. Either you waived any support during the mediation that you evidently had about something, and second, that there was never any agreement to pay you for taking care of her children. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Why was she taking care of your children?
I had some problems in the neighborhood that I was living in, and it was basically a bad community, and I had to do what was best and get my children out of there as soon as possible.
And how long did they all stay with you?
From June the 11th, Bradley stayed with me until March the 4th, and then the others from August and October until March the 4th.
Where were you living during all of this time?
I recently...
Richard, don't look down. Look at me.
I recently moved out of the apartment that I was moving in because of the community, and I went to stay in hotels. That's why I thought it was best that Bonnie helped me out and take care of my kids.
Who were you living in the hotels with?
Me and the father of my children.
You have a drug problem?
No, ma'am.
Did he?
No, ma'am.
So then why weren't you working?
We were working.
Well, 2 people working, it would seem to me you could have some sort of place for your children.
Right. At the time, you know, struggling, trying to keep up the bill of the hotel and the gas to go back and forth to work and the money to eat on, it took us a long time to try to save the money up so that we could get on our feet.
You knew Miss Plaster through your mother, is that right?
Not only through my mother, but she took custody of my cousin when he was about 9 months old.
How old is he now?
16.
So she's a very good parent.
Yes.
What arrangements did you make to pay her for taking care of your children?
I gave her $150 a week, every week.
Is that right?
She was paying me $150, then she fell behind in November and stopped paying me.
How come?
Back in November, I lost my brother. I had to take some leave of absence from work, and when I went to go back to work in December, they asked me not to come back because I'd been off work for so long, so I wasn't getting a check every week. And then 2 weeks after that, my grandmother passed away as well.
Now, what about the father of these children?
He was with me.
Why wasn't he giving her any money?
He wasn't bringing home much. You know, $200-300 a week is basically getting us by. I mean, it's $350 for a week of hotel.
If it's $350 a week for hotel, madam, you can find a small apartment for less than that.
No, not where we live.
Where do you live?
In Virginia.
Sure you
It's
can.
$1,200 a month for an apartment.
Yeah.
And when you're bringing home $300 a week, that's not making it much. It's
Well,
not
you
gonna
just
make a
told me it
dent
was
in
$350 a week for a hotel room.
Yeah, and we were struggling. And that's why I told Mrs. Plaster that when I got my taxes that I would give her some money because I didn't pay her in November when I lost my job.
So how much money did you give her?
$1,000.
And how much money do you owe her?
Nothing. After I gave her the $1,000, nothing was said until I was served with a court paper.
Ms. Plaster, I'll hear you.
She paid me $1,000 February the 12th, and I watched the kids from February the 12th to March the 4th when they took them out of there. She owed me $2,000 on February the 12th. She gave me $1,000.
So she owes you $1,600.
Right. But I rounded off to make it just even $1,500.
She said in November, I assume when you stopped working, you got behind.
Correct.
And you were behind $2,000. You gave her $1,000 at that time in February.
That's not right. I mean, a month, that's $600. Okay, that's what I, you know, if I owe her anything, that's what I should have been owing her. But I gave her the $1,000 in February. Because I didn't
children,
give her
just
any
a
money
second.
for December.
When you gave her
and
the
end of November.
$1,000 in February, did you take your children home?
No, I took them home
Just a
in
second.
March.
So they stayed with her for another month, another 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Are they with you now?
Yes, they are.
Who else do you live with?
The father of my kids.
You have 3 children with this man. Is there any reason why you're not married to him?
The time isn't right. I mean...
Judgment for the plaintiff.
Hope versus Page. You're welcome, Judge. Parties have been sworn in, Your Honor. You may be seated. Ladies, have a seat, please.
Ms. Pope, the defendant was a former boyfriend of yours. You lived together for a period of time.
Yes.
You no longer are together.
Correct.
According to your complaint, Mr. Page owes you for a variety of things.
Correct.
And in addition to these loans that you claim, say that he has some property that belongs to you that he took from storage.
Yes.
Mr. Page says he owes you nothing. There was never an agreement to pay rent. The car that you bought him was an old piece of junk, and he returned it to you anyway, and that was a gift. And that the one thing he took from storage with his current girlfriend, who I assume you brought to court,
Yes.
right, for any particular reason,
Yes.
or just to be irritating,
No.
he returned to you, which was a sewing machine that he took from storage, and he gave it back. So, during what period of time did you and Mr. Page live together?
From January of 2002 to March of 2004.
And was this in an apartment that you had leased?
We first lived in a house that I owned, and then I sold the house and we moved into a house that was rented until we broke up.
And who was on the lease in the rented house?
We both were.
Is that right, sir?
Yes.
Who moved out first?
Me.
Any particular reason?
He wasn't helping pay the bills, so I figured I had to go somewhere cheaper I could afford.
Where were you working, Mr. Page?
At Rayco, the place I currently work at.
Rayco?
Yes.
What is that?
It is an electrical supply company.
How long have you been working there?
It'll be 2 years in September, so about a year and a half.
And what kind of money do you earn there?
45 a year.
It's a decent salary. So you were helping to pay the bills?
Yes, I was.
No, he wasn't.
Ah.
He didn't have the job until close to the end of the relationship.
Tell me about the rent arrangement that you claim.
When he moved in with me in January, we both agreed we
January of what year?
would... 02. We agreed that we would split the house payment in half and the utilities in half. Everything would be 50-50.
You're not claiming anything from 2002, 2003, are you?
Yeah, I paid all the house payments.
I'm not interested in that, madam.
Okay.
If you didn't pay the bills in January of 2002, February of 2002, March of 2002...
He did pay some. He gave me $4,000.
March of 2002, June of 2002, you packed a suitcase and you put them out.
He did pay some.
I'm not going to 2002, 2003, 2003 until 2004. You know, if you're sleeping with somebody and living with them as a family and everything is going along smoothly and you let him slide with regard to the rent because he, according to you, wasn't working and didn't get a job until, according to you, the end of the relationship is over now. Don't bother courts.
Okay.
You got it? Mm-hmm. Good. So he moved out in March of 2004?
Correct.
And you got the job, listen to me, sir, you got the job in September of 2003, according to you.
Correct.
Did you contribute to household expenses from March of 2004 until September of 2003?
Yes, I did.
You have receipts for money that you gave her?
No, I did not.
Well, how much money did you give her?
She was like the financial allocator in the relationship, so she would ask me, you know, I need this much this week. So I would just give it to her. I trusted her.
You have to be more specific to me, sir. After you got your job in March of 2004, did you or did you not contribute to half of the household expenses?
Yes, ma'am.
How?
Through money that I earned at my job.
Tell me physically how you did that. Did you deposit your check in
No, I gave the money directly to her, yes.
So, no. Well, your employer did not give you $45,000 a year in cash. You got your check and you put it in a...
Savings account.
And then you took out from the savings account, interesting, from the savings account you took out a certain amount of...
Money.
Cash.
Yes.
And with that cash, you gave her money, according to you, every week.
Every week.
Show me.
I have no documentation of it.
Well, where did you think you were coming today, Mr. Page? I mean, did you think you were coming to the opening of an opera?
No, I did not.
You were coming to a court. And if your defense to this action is that I did pay household expenses, you would bring something that would show me deposits every week or every 2 weeks from your check, and then a certain amount that you took out for yourself. Right?
Right.
So you don't have that.
No, I do not.
So I'm going to start in October of 2003 because he just started working, according to him, in September of 2003. Starts to put some money away. Let's deal. October, November, December, January, February. When in March did he move out?
On the 4th of March.
5 months then. What was the rent on the house he was living in?
$700 a month.
And prior to that, Mr. Page, you were not working, so you were contributing nothing.
That's not true. I was working at Pizza Hut.
Pizza Hut?
Yes, at that time.
Pizza Hut.
Before that.
No, you weren't amassing a fortune working at Pizza Hut.
No, I was not.
Who are you?
I'm Laura Pope's witness.
Just a second. I just asked you who you were.
I'm Cynthia Radamilli.
Are you related to her in any way?
No, we're just friends.
Good. When I need you, I'll call you.
Okay.
We have $350 a month, which is half the rent, times 5, which equals $1,750. That's what you should have paid, minimally, when you started to work at your $45,000 a year job. Now, let's talk about the car.
Okay.
When did you purchase this car for him?
January of 04.
Tell me the circumstances, according to you, Ms. Pope, of how the car was purchased.
He needed a car to go to and from work, and he agreed if I helped him get a car, that he would make payments on the car till it was paid off, and that's how he was going to be able to pay me for the money he owed me getting a job.
So did the two of you go to look for a car?
No, I went and got the car for him. He didn't want to go.
Just a second. On what day of the week did you do that?
I don't know. I have the paperwork.
Paperwork you may have, madam. My question is, how old are you?
21.
21-year-old guy doesn't say to somebody who he's living with, listen, I want to buy a car, I need a car to go to work. If you go pick it out for me, I'll pay you for it.
Right. And she went through with her ex-boyfriend, Your Honor.
Just a second. Does it sound as if you're losing this debate so far? Except the rent part.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
So you married after you separated from him?
Yes.
Immediately.
When did you get married?
June.
Somebody a little more age appropriate?
Yes.
Play around with a baby, you get actions like a baby.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Laura Pope says her former live-in boyfriend, Jonathan Page, owes for rent, the balance on a car, and for the return of stolen property.
Go ahead.
We weren't going to get a fancy car, just something that would get him to and from work. That's what we agreed on, and that's what I got. When I took the car back, he said it's fine. I could have took the car back. I had 5 days to take the car back. He agreed it was fine. And we also agreed he would only pay half of the car. I was helping him out.
You mean they let you take the car off the lot without paying for it?
No, I put a deposit down to take the car off the lot. $300 I put down to take the car.
How much was the car?
$1,183.
Did you pay any money towards the car, Mr. Page?
Yes, I did.
You did?
As far as repairs and
no.
go. No, I didn't.
My question to you, Mr. Page, is a simple one. I speak English. Did you pay any money towards the car?
No, it was a gift.
Who paid for the insurance?
I did.
Actually, that's not true. Both of us did. We both paid on it.
How did you both pay for insurance?
Well, I would give her the money for it some months when she didn't have it, so.
The insurance was in his name only. I paid it. I got the insurance.
Where's the car now?
It's at the police towing because he had it towed to my house in December of 04 because it didn't work anymore. And I asked him, and he took the plates off the car. And I said, Jonathan, I need the plates for the car. Oh, I'll give them to you. I'll give them to you. Come get them. Came, he never showed up, never got the plates. The plates are still good until May of this year.
What'd you do that for?
They came with the plates. I sent them over there with the plates. They were already expired.
I have the registration to show there. That's different.
Why did you bring the car back to her house?
Because she wouldn't give me the title to it. So it was really her car still.
Whose name was on the title?
Hers.
Mine. Oh, goodbye. You had the car. You should have taken better care of it. All right, let's not deal with the car anymore. What else do you claim he owes you?
He owes me for property he stole out of my storage
Now,
bin.
why did you go to her storage unit? That's the question that I have.
That was our storage bin. Yeah, she had gave me one key to it. We both had both of our stuff in it.
What did you have in there?
I had all of my office equipment in there.
Why did you take her sewing machine?
She had boxed all the stuff up when she had initially put it in there, so all of our stuff was mixed up. When I took it to my parents' house, I unpacked it. I noticed like some of her items were in there. Those got returned.
Well, when did you, let's start, Mr. Page. When did you go to the storage unit? What date?
I would say about May.
I need a date. Around May is not a date.
May 16th, a couple days before my birthday, I know that. So my birthday.
See how we're getting closer? A couple of days before your birthday, around May 16th. And who did you go there with?
I went there alone.
Did you tell her you were going?
No.
Why not?
Because I was assuming that she would not allow me to get my stuff because she was being a little vindictive about getting my stuff in the first place.
When did you call her and say that I, by mistake, got some of your stuff?
Well, she was calling me all the time.
That's not my question.
When
did you call her and say to her, I mistakenly took some of your stuff?
I never did.
Why not?
Because she was always coming to my house and she got it anyway, so.
I want you to understand something, Mr. Page. My reactions to you have nothing to do with whether I like you or don't like you, because I don't know you well enough to either like you or dislike you. My reactions to you are the reactions of somebody who's listening to facts that don't make sense for somebody who's trying to do the right thing. Do you understand me?
Yes, I do.
If you're in a relationship with somebody and lived with them for a substantial period of time, and for most of that time they were supporting you, which she was, and you had some things that were in a mutual storage facility, I can understand, as a matter of fact, why you would want to go there by yourself and not confront her if you separated in something less than an amicable situation. But once having gotten the stuff home, if you didn't open boxes there, and realizing that you got some stuff, I would either email her or pick up a phone and call or write a letter and say, I'm sorry, I have the following stuff. Or even better, taking the same key with which you got into the storage and taking the stuff back. We understand each other.
Yes, I do.
You did none of those things. You waited for her to have to come over with the police to get her things.
No, she didn't come with the police.
Who did you come with?
I came by myself, and then my husband came.
Is this your husband or your ex-husband?
My husband, current husband.
Current husband. So you married after you separated from him?
Yes.
Immediately.
When did you get married?
June.
June. You have a nice husband now?
I do.
Very good. Glad to hear it.
Thank you.
Somebody a little more age appropriate?
Yes.
Perfect. Play around with a baby, you get actions like a baby. You understand?
Yes.
You got your sewing machine back. What else did he give you?
I do not have my sewing machine back.
You don't have it back?
No, we went Friday the 18th, February 18th. He agreed to meet me.
February 18th of 2005?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
He agreed to meet me at his mother's house at 1 o'clock, which is where he claimed my stuff was. I was there, he wasn't. I ended up getting his phone number through information. He was still in bed. He ended up over there like 1:45. He came out with a serger machine, put it in the car. I said, because he had agreed to pay for the towing fees on the car, because I had to get it towed, the police towed it. Anyway, he said, well, I don't think I owe you the money, fine, whatever. He brought the one machine out, put it in my car, got mad, took it back out of my car. And I said, I'm not going to play the games, we'll just go to court. And I left.
That's not true. I
That
gave her
is
her
true.
surgery machine. She still has it.
He didn't. He took it out of my car.
And that was the only belonging of hers that I had. I gave it to her.
You told me that you took several items of hers out of storage, sir. Not more than 5 minutes ago, you said several of her things got mixed up with your stuff.
Well, that's
You just told me that.
Right, those little knick-knack things that were given back to her.
When?
On that day. Along with her little surgery machine. Her husband took them with her, so he should have told her that.
May I please see the list of things that you say he has from storage?
Yeah, well, it's on the statement also. I have a letter I sent him. Oh, he has a letter?
Yeah.
That's the same letter I have.
So, and at the bottom, my social security number's on there, and she said she put it on there so I couldn't hide for whatever.
What? I don't understand. I don't understand. You have to speak up. Speak clearly.
My social security number's on the bottom of there, and she said she put it on there so I couldn't hide from her. I don't know what that's supposed to mean, whatever threat that means. And on there...
You have a serger machine and a sewing machine. What's a serger?
It's
That's what I gave back
the
to her.
piece on the, like, that makes the hems on your pants, those little fancy...
Do you have the receipts for these things, madam?
No, I do not.
Anything else you want to tell me?
Yes, on that letter it said all my belongings have been returned to me. Actually, they have not, including a 19-inch Sylvania TV that she has of mine and $748 she owes me.
Probably should have filed a counterclaim, sir.
I know, I should have.
Well, you didn't. And when you file the counterclaim, sir, I suggest you get all your bank records so that you can also, have something other than, you need smile when you come to court. What else?
Actually, all her claims are null and void due to this agreement that we signed.
I like to say something about that agreement.
We both signed that agreement on that date, and we agreed that there would be no further action.
Don't lie.
Ms. Pope, I have a letter.
Yes.
An agreement.
Yes.
That is signed.
Yes.
Your signature, dated the 18th of February, date that I think that you discussed that
we had went over there.
You came over to the house to get your property.
Correct.
And I'm going to read it to you. It says, final settlement. Who typed this up?
I typed it up.
Final settlement on this date, February 18th. You both agreed that neither party owes the other any monies or property from this day forward. This settlement agreement includes and is limited to all dates and times prior to February 19th, 2005. Final settlement is legal and both parties have agreed fully to its content, and final settlement can be used in a court if ever contested by either party. When did you prepare this?
Prepared that the day we agreed to meet, the day he said he was going to make the payments and return my property. I showed him that paper. I said, this is what we'll sign. I had already signed it because I believed he was going to do what he said. He took that paper and would not give it back, and I told him, I said, because there was 2 copies, my copy and his copy. I said, we both have to sign this for it to be in agreement.
Where's your copy?
He never signed it, so I didn't bring it.
Well, wouldn't that be some evidence, madam, that it was not fully executed, that each of you didn't have a fully executed copy?
He knows he didn't sign it there. He knows this.
Yes, I did. There is no other copy.
Listen to me very carefully. There is something called the parole evidence rule in contracts. Parole evidence rule says that you cannot go outside of the 4 corners of a document in order to explain away a document that is valid and clear on its face. Do you understand?
I understand that.
Now, you are older than he is. He's a baby. You're, according to him, 13 years older than he is. You've been in business, you work, you support yourself, you know, you take care of yourself. I think that you're smart enough not to sign something until you get what you're supposed to get. You had not gotten the rent money, because this doesn't say, you know, upon condition that he pays the rent, then we've settled. Upon condition that he paid for the car, $600, we've settled. Upon condition that he returns the sewing machine, we're settled. This says that on this date, you've settled everything. The only way you can explain it away is by saying, listen, he forced me to sign it. I was under duress. I was in the trunk of his car, and he said I was going to close the trunk of the car without air holes. So I signed it. You didn't say that, did you?
No, I did not.
Unfortunately, Miss Pope, you have a nice husband now. We're not talking about a lot of money here. We're talking about money that probably some of which was a gift to him, some of which you never expected to be returned to you if the relationship lasted. So you got to wait cheap. You have a happy life, enjoy it. That's all.
Very Conte versus Marine. You're welcome, Judge. Parties have been sworn in, Your Honor. You may be seated. Folks, have seats, please.
Pronounce your last name for me.
Gransberry Conte.
Miss Conte, you have a son.
That is correct.
Whose name is Zane. He is currently incarcerated.
He's in a rehab.
Did he go into rehab after his term in prison?
Yes.
This lady has a daughter. Her daughter has a child with your son.
Yes.
Her daughter is currently in rehab.
No, she's home, ma'am.
How long was she in rehab?
35 days.
Probably not enough.
Probably not.
But this is not about the child. This is not about anything. This is about a dog. Because it is your claim that Miss Marine had your son's dog, a year-old pit bull, and she took possession of the dog when your son went to prison. There was an agreement that she would do that, but after 9 or 10 months, she gave the dog away. Miss Marine says nobody wanted this dog. The dog was an untrained animal when she got him. And she's counterclaiming because she said, if you've got your son's power of attorney, you ought to pay her for the year's worth of food and vet bills. And in addition to the fact that she fed this dog and took care of him for a year, he also was dangerous and caused injury to her pet duck. And there was substantial vet bills. So that's what the case is about. Don't you have better things to think about than this?
Yes.
You've got a son who's got a drug problem. You've got a daughter who's got a drug problem. You share a grandchild.
Yes.
And how old is this grandchild?
She's 22 months, ma'am.
I'm going to get to your case in a second, but it would seem to me that you two ladies, if you were intelligent young ladies, would concentrate on this 22-month-old child who had the misfortune of having 2 drug addicts as parents.
Absolutely.
Ah! We reach an accord. Perfect. All right, so let's take care of the dog first, and then we're going to talk about the baby.
Okay.
When your son went to jail, why didn't you take the dog?
I went to Spokane to pick the dog up. At that time, I was with Carrie. I stayed at Carrie's house, and we had an agreement because I was going to take the dog to take it back, and she had asked me if I would leave the dog with her because she felt that it made it like my son was still there.
You mean...
You can cross the line. Good luck. Oh my God. Good luck. That's sad. Try again. Go, go, go! Oh my God. Never stop. Be fast as lightning. Never stop. Try again. You can do it.
Mommy.
That's sad. Try again. Be fast as lightning. That's sad. Try again. Greatness awaits. Oh my god. Go, go, go! Oh my god. Go, go, go! Oh my god. Try again. Good luck. You can cross the line. Never. You can do it. Never stop. Try again. Go, go, go! Oh my god. You can make it. Oh my God. Try again. Good luck. Oh my God. You can make it. Oh my God. Never stop. Try again. You can do it. Oh my God. Crashed. Be fast as lightning. Be fast as lightning. You can cross the line. Oh my God. You can make it. Oh my God. You can make it. Oh my. You can make it. That's... greatness awaits. Go, go, go!